That was not good, by the way. That felt kind of bad. You felt similar about most spells to Fire lol. Jin taught you how to spellcast. It's a good thing that Jin got introduced to the game. Mm, yeah, just at all. Like it's a good thing that Jin got introduced to the game. Mm, Ring of Fire is definitely not what I want, so I'm gonna not wear it. In fact, I'm gonna drop it unless I get like Foxfire or something. If I get Foxfire, that would be amazing. I feel like Jin is maybe dependent. I don't want to say dependent, but it kind of does feel like Jin is dependent on whatever they end up getting for their experience level 3 spell. It needs to be a good level 1, like Freeze or Foxfire, Stone Arrow, or not Stone Arrow, but like Sandblast or Shock. Pain would be bad, but it is usable. A port is not what we want to see. Ah, that's painful. And now I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't make it to experience level 5, because that's what happened to the previous Jin. But at least this one already got to experience level 3 on D1, unlike the other one. Yeah, this is going well, you know? I feel like it's going better than the other one. Look at how much experience this D1 had compared to the other one. Wow, almost level 4 on the first dungeon level. That's crazy. Okay, let's check this out. Yeah, it might be slightly better than the Falchion. Gonna drop it. It has it is faster and it deals more damage, I think. It may deal the same damage now that the Falchion lost riposte. Totally agree, Shaper. Yeah, I learned how to play Spellcaster before Jin were introduced, but when they were introduced, I was so infatuated with them. Like, I was astonished by the design. I love it so much. It is so good. To be completely honest, most, if not all, of the things in Crawl nowadays, like the things that have been recently added to Crawl, have been pretty sick. There's a couple of things that I'm not too much of a fan of. For example, Hailstorm. I don't like Hailstorm as much as almost any of the other new positional magic spells. And I have my grievances with some of them, like, for example, Noxious Bog not doing anything if there's like 3 walls in your line of sight, like 3 pillars, and Noxious Bog doesn't do anything for a level 6 dual school spell. That feels kinda lame and very painful. But it is what it is. I guess you can compensate with other spells. Oh, there's so many nulls. Like I had to run away from a single null, and there's like 4 more. This is the null that I ran away from. Yeah, it just deals too much damage for me to be able to fight it. This is bad, but it could be way worse. Oh, I don't kill the adder with the staff. Yeah, and I won't be able to get a choke point. And there's this endoplasm too. Wow. All the experience that D1 had was already like compensated for by the fact that I had to skip D2 because there were nulls in there. Oof. Being a Jing without spells is kinda suffering. Okay, I'm gonna have to randomly drink potions, hope to get some form of curing, which we do get. I wanted heal wounds, but curing was enough. Mm, okay. It took you 65 games to win a Jin. Since then, you've mostly won spellcasters because it was so difficult for you the first time. Yeah, it seems that in order to win a spellcaster, you have to learn how to win a spellcaster, and after that, you won't really have that many issues with spellcasters moving forward. Um, has been incredible because you have to be creative. That's a very nice thing to hear. That's why I like spellcasters a lot more than melee. Melee is just like tap, tap, tap. Spellcasters are stronger earlier in the game, and later on, it does take longer to play a spellcaster, but you do get the satisfaction of of having more options and more like creativity. You can get away with doing things that a melee character would never be able to get away with doing. Mm, as I say, as I am playing a melee character, hoping to eventually get a good spell. Yeah, if I don't get a good level 1 or level 2 spell on my next level up, things are gonna be pretty rough. Ooh, I'm really betting on that. Like, I'm really, really betting on that. Of course, as I always say, you need to be able to kill things, and I am betting on getting a spell to be able to kill things. If I don't get a spell, I don't have a way to kill things, and then things get pretty bad. Um, I don't have anything to really be able to fight this bear. Yeah. Oh man, this is awful. Do I have to skip D3 as well? I've barely explored it. Ah, this bolt right in the middle of it. You have like 9 out of your 50 wins are Jin. Nice. Have you tried Deep Elf? Now that you know of the joys of spell casting, maybe Deep Elf would be okay to you. By the way, this War Moccasin I think is gonna kill me. Deep Elf is pain? I don't know. Like, I won a Deep Elf last week. It wasn't terrible. I also like Deep Elf. You need to skill Deep Elf in a different way. Like, it's not something that you can just skill normally, because even if you go hard on getting defenses as your Deep Elf, you're still gonna be very fragile. And not only you're gonna be very fragile, you're also not gonna be very powerful. So if you forsake defenses for a bit longer than usual and go hard on getting crazy good spells, sure you're gonna be really fragile and you're probably going to die in like 2 attacks, but you will be powerful enough to make it so that you don't get hit twice by enemies. That's kind of the point of Deep Elf. Deep Elf is something you could see having fun with at sometimes, not always. Do you always have fun with Jin? Because sometimes you get some really messed up spell sets with Jin. Yeah, sometimes it's not fun, in my opinion. Mm, okay, there is a sewer right there, and I could go in. I think at the very least it's worth it for me to walk over here because there's gonna be water, and so with water that means that I can like the hound splashes around in the water, so I get to attack because Jean permanent flight, my enemies don't, and I can also outrun them. Um, okay, this is fine. I think this is okay. I definitely would like to not be fighting like 20 enemies at the same time. Um, okay, this is deep water. That's pretty sweet. I can definitely use that to not fight that many people at the same time. Um, okay, the hound is being very problematic. It is not standing on water, right? Oh, that's a bit of an annoyance. Okay. You know how it is with a melee character. I don't have many options, so I just have to tab and hope that it works. Especially against fast monsters, like, there's not much else that I can really do. Okay, fortunately I emerged victorious from that very sketchy situation. I'm gonna try to rest to full HP. Okay, let's go in. You hate being a glass cannon so much? Yeah, that sounds like you don't like Deep Elf. If you don't enjoy being a glass cannon, Deep Elf is definitely not for you. Ooh, okay, we got Pergy. Or Pargy now. Better step away from that. Okay, how will we deal with Pargy? I guess I could use my Wand of Ice Blast. I haven't ensorcelled Hibernation. I completely forgot about it. I didn't even mention it, but yeah, I guess we can use that. Double miscast. Okay, Pargy looks drowsy. We failed to kill with the staff. Gonna wait a bit. Oh, of course, Pargy is a troll, so Pargy's back at full HP. Oh, come on. I hate ensorcelled hibernation. It's so trash. Nice flavor text from Pargy. Nice flavor text. Hope you get a cool new sewer. This is not quite new, but I like this one. You kind of have to play a debuff like like you're always able to be two shot with every encounter. At least it's not like playing a cat where you're always able to be one shot from every encounter. Um, get over here. Where are you going? Okay. Oh wow, I really need to find like a dagger or something so I can actually be a character because right now I am not a crawl character. I'm just a thing with a wand of Ice Blast, and the wand of Ice Blast will not really be permanent. At some point it's gonna run out and I'm gonna be in serious trouble. At some point very soon too. I only have 4 charges. Pass wall, come on, give me a damage spell. At this point I'm really hoping for like Stone Arrow. But yeah, I need something to kill things. Please give me something to kill things. At least I got one of these sewers that reward you for being able to permanently fly, pretty much, because otherwise how would you find that? Um, so I get a bit of extra loot from that. You'll be happy you got Passwell. Not if I forget about using it, and let me tell you, I will forget about using it. Yeah, I can already see it happening. Like, oh, I died. And then I immediately after I die, I realized that I could have used Passwall to not die. You wonder what the worst Jin has? And Sorcerer Hibernation, Passwell, and a port. And let's see what else we get. No, not really. It's a joke, obviously, um, but yeah, it kind of doesn't feel very good to me so far. Mm. Maybe I can go back to D3 and kill things now that I'm experience level 7. I think I have to turn off spellcasting. I can't believe it, but I cannot continue to train that because it is not helping me kill things. I need to kill things and it is not helping me kill things. So let's train short blades instead. Or I could also train a bit of stealth, so I can have like no -1 stealth is trash. Let's train it to 5. I need to be able to staff things well because apparently we're gonna be ensorcelled hibernation, an ensorcelled hibernation character tonight. Um, Pure melee Jing with Throg is fine, but it's Throg. You have Throg. Um, If you don't go Trog, very understandably because you're a Jin, hoping that you will get something usable and you don't get anything usable, it can be pretty rough. You will be forced into melee to be able to kill things. You've seen a few people map out the worst possible combos, and all you think is it's go melee more, lol. Yeah, this character needs melee, I guess. You hope I get a Stellar Dagger? Me too, me too. So you are not like a polar bear or something, but you still have the perfect capability to kill me. Like you're perfectly um, power up. You're perfectly well set up to kill me. Yeah, I'm not liking this. Okay, okay, doesn't do anything. Ah, the helpless black bear fails to defend itself. You hit the black bear. It didn't even like put the black bear at a low enough amount of HP to berserk. So I guess I should be grateful for that because if that had happened, I would be dead right now. But it is frustrating not being able to kill things early on. Like this game is based around the ability to kill things, and if you can't kill things, it's not that good. It lost a turn. I guess I want to Ice Blast. Yeah, I want to just get rid of this guy right now. Okay. Worthy use of Ice Blast. What is this? Fated Altar. I am slightly tempted to go for a Fated Altar here. Because, what are the odds of getting Sin or Jiba and just like losing all my piety or like having to quit? Let's go for it. Yeah. Oh, it was Hep. Okay. Oh, that's pretty powerful. Not gonna lie. I have the ability to like immediately get Knight Ancestor. That's what I'm gonna get, and now I have a way to kill things. That is crazy. Hebmage is good now, by the way. I will find out in the future. Um, but for now, I guess I'm gonna try to. Nice! Look at that! Look at that! Nice, nice. Heb Knight is so strong. It is strong, I've heard. Never tried it. Yeah, I wanted to play an Ogre of Hep, but I started an Ogre Warper of Hep, and it's not good. Yeah, Ogre Warper is just not good. Okay, there we go. I'm starting to. Yeah, now we have something good going. I sleep the gnolls, and my ancestor kills the gnolls because my staff damage is trash. Why are you not attacking the gnoll? Oh, come on. Oh, uh, yeah, having to rely on allies is not my favorite thing. You would think that if there's hostile monsters next to me, the ally would try to do something about it, but doesn't quite seem to be so straightforward. Did I complete D1? You recommend that if I get a mirror to use it on the night when you idealize? That sounds pretty good. To have two idealized ancestors. I don't have it yet, right? I don't think I've ever used that ability. um, oh, nice! You get to see the upgrades. That's not bad at all. Tower Shield of Reflection experience level 19 and haste? Okay, I'm liking this. I like the idea of HEP. Um, so how do I know what Idealize does? I guess I can always do this. Um, skill. No, not skill. Ability. Excuse me? Oh, it must be with an S. Ability. Yeah, with an S. Their wounds are forgotten, so it heals to full HP. Dramatic screens in strength, spellcasting, and armor. Nice. I see that Hep likes me um, to train invocations. I don't know if I should just do that immediately. I don't know what to do with this character. Not gonna lie, I don't know what I'm doing. I need something to directly kill monsters, and this character doesn't have that. So I am very confused. Hep info? Oh, info. It's probably 12 to 16 at most. No more than that. I've heard people going all the way to 27. Would you say that they are crazy? Okay. Sometimes 18. I'll keep it in mind. We shall see how the character goes. Please hit. Dude, why is it not hitting it? It's not hitting it. Wow. How? Like, why? That annoys me because I cannot give the order to attack, because if I do give the order to attack, the monster wakes up, and if the monster wakes up, there's no point. So that's pretty aggravating, I have to say. Not a fan of ensorcelled hibernation with allies. Monsters don't wake up? Explain that. Explain that. It just happened. Last time I did it, it also happened. Like, exact same thing. I gave the order and the monsters woke up. Telling them command is silent? I'm not so sure about that. Also, check out my noise bar. I guess you cannot see it in console, but like I'm highlighting it. But in Taos, I guess you can see the noise bar. Yeah, apparently giving the command makes noise. Are you using TA? I am using TA. TA. TAF. Yep. It seems that it's no longer silent. I don't know when that happened, but it is definitely no longer silent. Okay. When did that happen? No idea. I am as clueless as you are because I don't play with allies. Probably with the summon changes. Would it be like? Is it really too much to have that be silent so the monsters don't wake up? Ah, okay. One more experience level until I hopefully get something better. But so far, it's been kinda okay. It could be way worse for sure. The fact that I got hip from that was like so impactful, because I have no way to kill things and now I do. So we're doing fine, at the very least, thanks to that. And I can't believe, like, that's the first time I go for a Faded Altar since I got Jiva like 4 months ago. Yeah, let's see here. Last game, Night Settler, Jiva. It was in May, actually, so it's been 6 months, not 4 months. It's been 6 months. Faded Help is such a strong start, as a monk, too. Faded Monk of Hep, like instant employed ancestor is ridiculous. On D5, it's astonishingly powerful. But astonishingly powerful is exactly what I needed with this character. In fact, I would even go as far as to say that I probably got the absolute best thing that I could have gotten from that Faded Altar. So I should be very grateful to the game. Okay, gonna tell them to get over here. EH, EH. That guy had like a +3 dagger. Oh, I see a short sword of venom or something. Oh, hand axe. Ah, that's such a shame. I guess wielding the dagger might be okay if I'm gonna be using EH to kill things. Praise Hep. Praise be Hep. Yeah, I kind of wanted to play a Hep character for a while now. I have two Hep wins, but those wins I don't think I've done a lot with Hep. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if one of those wins just was just like straight up me never getting invocations with Hep. Um, okay, please kill everything. Yeah, I think I think it would be a very good thing for allies or for HEP at the very least to just default to attack monsters. Like, why does it not attack monsters? Um, it has like an hostile monster next to it, and it doesn't attack it. That doesn't make sense to me. Um, I would like to see that changed. What are my spells now? Still the same EH, Passwell, and a port. We get the next spell soon. Yeah, soon. You start with no spells, yeah. No spells for a monk. It's not particularly the best start in the game. Ooh, that one of those guys has a great sword of or a +4 great sword of freezing. I don't think I want to mess with that. I'm just gonna walk away. Are you not gonna attack my ancestor? Where is the? Oh, does it see invisible? Oh, that's crazy powerful. Oh, I didn't know that they saw invisible. Come on, that's great. That's a very convenient thing. Not gonna complain about that. So far, I have very little complaints with HEP. I do have some complaints. Most importantly, that the ancestor doesn't fight anything, that it doesn't attack the ancestor first. That absolutely blows, and I would like to see that changed. But leaving that aside, like power level wise, it seems to be exactly what I needed with this character. Okay, that's good. It's funny because lately, like this last couple of days, I've been trash talking Hailstorm so much, but it is what I needed with this character because I'm permanently hiding behind the ancestor. So Hailstorm is gonna be great for this character. Yeah, now I can actually kill things for real. I am so happy that I can finally fight. um, can you please attack the orc? Come on. I feel like this is gonna be frequent a very frequent thing to happen in this game. I am gonna EH from behind the ancestor and it's just like gonna sit there, and I am gonna be intimidated when it comes to going forward and trying to get the staff myself, because the monster is gonna wake up because lol stealth. Um, okay, at least now that I have Hailstorm, theoretically I won't have to rely on that much. Okay, a Ring of Ice is not bad at all. I'm gonna put it on. I think it is a very important thing for me to have. That removes my weakness to cold, which was one of my greatest worries. Yeah, for example, against that white imp, that could have been bad. What's my success rate? 4%. It's not bad. Not bad to have a 4% chance to miscast that on D6. I probably shouldn't even attempt it. Yeah, I am just gonna exclude those guys and I will come back later. Ooh, random letter. Let's take a look at that. Oh, it woke up. Okay, I get the staff. It's bad. I guess I'm gonna put it on even though it is bad. Better than what I have, but still bad. Okay, please attack that guy. I do get the sleep. Alrighty, not bad at all. It seems to be a pretty good combination indeed to have Hailstorm with Hep. Oh yeah, it is very poetic that I've been trash talking Hailstorm for a couple of days now, and now I have to use Hailstorm to be a functional character. We got some jabs. I don't think this character particularly cares about jabs, however. You know, can't complain about the power of Hailstorm either. It is really my issue with Hailstorm is the fact that on a normal character, monsters will be next to you, and having a relatively high level spell, it is level 4 after all, not be able to hurt the monster that is directly next to you and therefore most likely to be the one that's hurting you, that I consider to be super duper bad. I do not like that one bit, but yeah, we can see it here. I would like to Hailstorm the Wyvern. I went for the staff and I didn't get it. Or I didn't get the kill, rather. I did get the staff, but it was not enough. Hailstorm on Spriggan was good, otherwise it's weird. Uh, the fact that you have to be fast, and the fact that you have to kite to be able to use Hailstorm, that's kind of whack. A couple of months ago, I got a Jing with Hailstorm and Metabolic Inglaciation, or rather, I think I got Metabolic Inglaciation and on a Gene Ice Elementalist. So I thought that it was fun. And then I made the suggestion, hey, maybe it should be in the Ice Elementalist starter book, and it replaced Summon Ice Beast. And then people thought that I ruined Ice Elementalist. It was fun. But yeah, really thinking about it, it's kind of whack that you have to use something that slows a monster or be fast yourself to make Hailstorm like truly good and consistently usable. Hello, Railbird. I like this message that we got here. Unfortunately, it is quite useless to you because I'm playing a Jin. Mm, how have your human fire elementalist adventures been going today or lately, Railbird? I hope that they have been going well. You already got your a 15 rune win, right? Ooh, this is not going well. And of course, Hailstorm doesn't do anything to this Wyvern. Maybe Ice Blast. Okay. staff. We get steam scales. I think I want the 1 point of armor class a bit more than I want the see invisible. We get a buckler. Not bad, not bad at all. Okie dokie. Wait, wait. I assume that you're saying wait when I got into the fight with the wyvern. What armor am I wearing? I was wearing this leather armor. Corrode, fire resistance, and see invisible. Of course, fire resistance is quite useless to a Jin. Um, so yeah, steam scales are slightly better because they just give more armor class and they don't penalize me for when it comes to spellcasting like at all. Okie dokie. You thought it had noise? It didn't have noise. It had corrode. But yeah. Does noise just make it so that everything that you do is louder? Because if so, that's kind of nasty. I don't think I've seen a noise Randart in a while. None of my spells are good for dealing with this white soul utility and Hailstorm, and the white resists Hailstorm. Oof. Okay, please do your thing. You're on a streak of 1, you have 5 runes in the next game. You're thinking of just winning a 5 rune game just to break the curse of not streaking with Human Fire Elementals of Sif. Yeah, I was about to say that you should do exactly that. Just go for it. Extended is whack anyway. Just get your win and play something cool like a Nugger or a Jin or something that's not a human and something that is not Sif Muna. Yeah. Oh man. Good luck with that. I believe in you. If you have 5 runes, you're already like set up to do it right now. You could even do it during the stream. If you do it during the stream, please let me know. I wanna hear. Maybe even expectate, because it will potentially be more exciting than whatever I get in this stream, because it's only the early game. And ooh, that's not good. What is that? Is that something that I sensed or no? It is an invisible monster. I think the ancestor is gonna die here, so I better run away. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the ancestor actually died. Ooh, okay, that has to be an unseen horror. That has to be exactly that. Oh, it was a shadow, not an unseen horror. Okay, get out, run, run, run. I assume that I can recall. Not bad. You recommend that too? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just go for the win, Railbird. We believe in you. If you need help not dying, you can let anyone here know, and we can help you. I can help you. Shaper can help you, and if someone like Sindragor or Particle Face is around, they can also help you. I'm pretty sure they would be very glad to help you. You let me know when you're about to make the orb run. You still need to get through SOT. Yeah, Shaper can always help. You can see that there. I am very happy with the fact that Shaper can now help people. It is so good. It makes me really really happy indeed. Okay, 15 fighting as I always do. 15 fighting. Wait, I want to put Hailstorm here. Actually, it feels more like a spell that should be there, more than a spell that on that key. And if you find that like weird, why I'm saying that, it's because I associate certain keys with certain functions, and like the E key would be for spells like maybe Flame Wave or Starburst, the spells that don't necessarily hit only the enemies that are close to me, which I guess Hailstorm is exactly that. Much to my dismay, it doesn't hit anything that's close to me. By the way, this is obviously a nasty bolt that I probably wouldn't have been able to do if it was not for Lucius the Knight. By the way, I wish I could. I wish I could. I could use both those spells right now so bad. But unfortunately, it burns to shimmering ash in my grasp. The perils of being a Jin. Okay, Hailstorm. Maybe I should quiver Hailstorm. 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 Okay, I have the Centaur Zombie next to me. Maybe we can tab it. Okay, I think most of the kills in this game are gonna be the responsibility of my ancestor. That's what it's feeling like. I guess Hailstorm will kind of do something. I hope that it does something. But yeah, most of the kills are like so far they have been thanks to my ancestor. Ancestor will carry me with proper support. Yeah, it you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of that character that I had, like my cat, the cat that I played last year. It was just getting carried by Jredelemnul summons. Actually, getting carried by Jredelemnul summons. I didn't really do a lot other than keep myself alive and hide behind my iron dragons and profane servitors, and it was a perfectly valid way to win the game. Very miserable, but it got me the win, and I guess that's the thing that really matters. By the way, yet again, I forgot to identify things. It was only until I saw that I had 10 of a scroll that I was like, what? And I decided to check my scrolls and potions. But yeah, that is not good. I greatly dislike that lately I've been doing that so much. I wonder why. Like, it's not like I've been grinding Ashen games like crazy. I just forget about it. Mm, okay. Could have been worse. That went well. Yeah, I have to say that so far Hep plus Ancestor it's been, or like a Hailstorm plus Hep, it's been a pretty good combo. Yeah, as I said before, I am really happy that I got Hep from that Fatal Altar because I really did want to play Hep. But unfortunately, I chose the incorrect combos last week when I tried to play Hep. I was playing Ogre Warper and it was not good. Yeah, I wanted to do like the Manifold Assault Giant Spike Glove Dream, but no, it is super bad because they don't kill good in melee to at the start of the game, and they also don't have good spells. Like Warper is a pretty messed up background that, in my opinion, needs like good buffs. It really does feel like the cat of starting um, of backgrounds. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. The cat of backgrounds. Oh, Summon Forest. It's like a meme. I feel like all the genes that I've been like suffering, that I suffered through, had Summon Forest in common. Like whenever I get Summon Forest, I know that it's not gonna be a an enjoyable playthrough of Gene. Um, I could have quit as soon as I got Summon Forest just for like comedic factor, but no, I'm not gonna do it. I feel like this is winnable despite the fact that I got Hailstorm. Well, Hailstorm is like the only good thing that we have gotten. EH has been very disappointing. Passwall, I've not used it. Like the issue is that it's too many utility spells. The kind that it's like, oh yeah, cool, I got a port, and then you learn it and never use it. But you kinda are okay with never using it because if you do have to use it, it's gonna be really good and it's gonna be like completely worth it. But as a level one, as an experience level 3 spell to get as Jin, it's not good. It is kinda lame. Summon Force is great, just cast that until the knight to attack. I will try to do that. After all, I can already cast it. It's not like I am doing any additional investment on trying to get it castable. But you can be sure that if I have to make any amount of investment towards it, I would not do it. Um, yeah, I am intimidated by the low amount of HP that I have. Of course, Jin don't have as much HP as other species, and also I'm with Hep, which further lowers my HP. But it hasn't really been that much of a factor thanks to them to my knight. Give me a second. Okay, we're ready to continue. Thank you for your patience. Ancestors HP is much more than what you lost. Yeah, sure. Theoretically, it is a good trade-off, but it can also be kind of fragile. I guess. What do you have? What are you wearing? A flail and kite shield, so no body armor. Just has base armor class um, from the monster type, I assume. But yeah, the point is that the monsters are barely able to hurt my ancestor. Ooh, willpower rove. I think I have a willpower ring. Yeah, I don't need a willpower rove then. How much willpower do Jin get per level up? I feel like I have a lot of willpower. Yeah, like it says here that I have 2 pips of willpower. Do they get 4? No, no, no. They probably get 3. Regardless, I am in a pretty good shape now that I have another source of willpower if I do decide that I need it. Oh, let's go. 4 scrolls of blinking. Another random letter. Oh, that's not bad at all. That's oddly highly enchanted for letter. Yeah, that's a lot of armor class to be on a random artifact like that. Not bad, and it also allows me to blink. It's not terrible. Probably worth putting some points into evocations for. Okay, we don't care about that. I could acquire it with Passwall. In fact, let's Passwall right now. Yeah, that's a pretty surprisingly good thing to have. I am astonished. Normally, you don't get that many or that good of a leather armor. I know that I always pick them up because I'm always thinking, maybe this one will actually be good, and it's like a -1 leather armor with like corrosion or something and nothing else. But this time it was actually good, and not only it was actually good, but it was also something that I actually did want to use. So very, very surprising thing to happen. Oh, wait a second. What was that? What was that? Oh, nothing that I care about. What do we have when it comes to short swords? No venom? That is surprising. Okay, the only venom that I have is a hand axe. I mean, it doesn't matter against this gargoyle. Wow, stop with the stone arrows. It's used it 3 times already. Um, that is very unfortunate. Acid? Oh, it didn't kill. Come on, stop with the stone arrows. It did it like 4 times in a row. That's crazy. Yeah, gargoyles are super scary earlier in the game. I feel like it's very strange that I have a character that can actually survive a gargoyle. Okay, please don't resist it. Please don't resist it. Come on, stop resisting it. Okay. It doesn't seem to be doing anything like the EH, even if it is not resisted. I guess it's only good if you're actually going for the staff. Idealize? Oh, yeah, I don't even know what's like the correct situation to idealize on. Describe what? Oh, yeah, we know what it does. Oh, it's piety small. I thought that it would cost more piety based on the description of the spell. Most bad encounters? Yeah, based on the cost, mm, maybe I would try. I would consider treating it like hero, like in the sense that you maybe want to do it in any situation where it looks like things might get kind of spicy. But piety gain is probably way slower than Okawaru piety gain. Oh no. I went into D12 and of course we got a gauntlet, so now we have to do it before doing Lair or something. I know for sure that I'm gonna idealize that Minotaur. Yikes. Okay, okay. What do you have? I think I'm fine. If I go upstairs, I'm gonna be surrounded. Am I not? Maybe not because I'm gonna also bring my ancestor alongside. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, perfect. Hailstorm has been so good, surprisingly. Like I don't know how it's been so good, but it's certainly been so good. This is looking like an idealized fight. Don't die. Please don't die. Okay. I wish I didn't have the two-head ogre next to me. If it was the yak, I would have much more leniency with what I do. Where's my ancestor? I think my ancestor is like chasing the troll, so this is dumb. If my ancestor was next to me, like, I don't think this is instant. No, it is not instant. Yeah, I saw something saying instant, and I was like, wow, is it instant? But it is not instant. Okay, idealize. Oh, you failed to use your ability. Oh yeah, we're not gonna be idealizing invocations right now. I hopefully by the time I'm done with the gauntlet, I'm gonna have the ability to actually idealize. Come on, EH. Okay. So now there was a gauntlet here. Magic mapping. You got any of that magic mapping? Brand weapon. Of protection, of course. Why not? Okay, magic mapping. There we go. It is pretty close. Okay, I thought that it was gonna be much farther away. Did we get Troll Letter? I think Troll Letter might be better um, than what I'm using, which is plus 7 letter armor with blink and 3 pips of fire resistance. It is so good. I am surprised. Genuinely surprised that it is so good. Okie dokie. Let's see what we have here. Oh, Crown of Dairo Prueba. I want that. I do want that. Yeah, I have a helmet, but of course the crown is much better. Mm, I also want the rendered ring. If I can get the two of them, I would be very pleased. But it doesn't seem to be the case. It's fine. Yeah. Okay, so if I understand correctly, I have to do this room, and then I have to do this room, and then I have to do this room for the crown of Dairo Prebal. I think that's how it works. Mm, okay. So let's see what I would have to fight for the crown. Rhyme Drake, is it? Oh, it is called resistant, and I am not. So that could be bad. Mm, Catoble Pass and Gargoyle, that's also pretty bad. You don't know if you've ever seen that one? I've seen it. I've seen it. Um, I find it funny because it's so big. Why is it so big? Mm, gives you a lot of options. Okay, and of course this doesn't really matter because I'm not gonna be doing this. Or maybe I will be going for the rendered ring if whatever we have here is too messed up. A green death. Okay, we can deal with a green death, no big deal. And yeah, the alternative is a bunch of death yaks and a necromancer. That sounds pretty bad to me. Oh, never mind. The alternative is actually dead scarabs. Yeah, we of course not. Like one dead scarab would be way too much, and it's not one; it's many of them, and it's not only dead scarabs too. So we are of course not doing that. What I am worried about is um, the Catoble pass. Ouch. Okay, it is what it is. We should be fine because the ancestor is fighting. Can it fight? Can it attack monsters that I cannot see? I don't know. Okay, there we go, easy. Let me rest to full HP, and now we should be able to fight this ice statue with help of my ancestor. Wait, don't throw freezing cloud, please. No freezing cloud. Does it completely resist? Oh, it only partially resists. Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad. They can attack the ancestor, but they can attack back if out of your line of sight. So it works like a normal summon. I see. Unfortunate. Mm, okay, I'm standing on the cloud. Better not do that. Okay, as soon as the ancestor is like heavily wounded or so, I'm gonna go for idealize flame. Maybe flame on the ice statue. Oh, it doesn't even reach because of the clouds. Hmm. Okay. The ice statue is getting spanked by my ancestor. Okay. Acid, maybe? Because the statue cannot... Yeah, I cannot dodge it. Alright. Not bad, not bad. Could have been worse. Could have been worse indeed. Now I have to wait it out, I think. I have to, like, heal to full HP in order to continue. Okay, so now the one that I'm actually worried about, the Catoblepas and the Gargoyle. The Gargoyle alone is like an issue. And to have it be supported by a Catoblepas is it's not good. I hope that the ancestor is immune to petrification. I hope that it is immune to petrification. I mean, it says insubstantial, so insubstantial leads me to believe that maybe it is immune to petrification, but who knows? It is resistant to fire and cold. When did it get that? Mm, okay, I don't think I would ever EH the Catoble Pass because too much willpower. Okay, I'm thinking about what I actually want to do here because I could also go in and just like make a run. Do I care about the lightning rod? Probably not. Run for it. Run away. Yeah, run away for sure. I was actually thinking of maybe grabbing it if the Catapulpas was not focused on me, but it is. So yeah, I'm out. Recall ancestor. Okay, green death time. Um, I think we should be okay because we're immune to poison. I think we should be okay because of that. Is the ancestor also immune to poison? I don't know. It should be. Yeah, yeah, immune to poison. There we go. Okay, pretty good. I think I'm gonna wait a turn for the ancestor to get hit a bit, and then I'm gonna go for the EDLIs here. Okay, alrighty, not bad. The Green Death dies. The Green Death outlived one of those orange demons, but maybe it was the one monster that was getting hit by my ancestor. Not bad, you know? This has been going surprisingly well. This character has been getting hard carried by Hep. Yeah, if it had not been Hep on that Faded Altar, knowing what we already know, the fact that or like that we get Summon Forest and other spells that are not particularly much to my liking, we would be in a pretty rough time. Okay, Silver Japs. It seems that these guys always get Silver Japs. Let's see what we get as a reward. A scroll that maybe is acquirement, and a ring, I guess, and a dagger. Hmm. I'm not liking this. Probably should close the door. Okay, how do we handle this situation? I guess I can drink invisibility, so the Minotaur doesn't throw jabs at me and kills me in 2 attacks. I'm gonna drink invisibility then. Um, okay, I think he realized now. Okay, that got pretty close. But fortunately, we were able to survive, and now we have access to a dagger of venom and some silver jabs. Let me put this here. I'm gonna use it. I wonder what the scroll that we just got is. Let's find out. Holy Word, Immolation, Torment. Okay, my ancestor didn't get tormented. Fortunately, it is immune to torment. If it had gotten tormented, it would have been mildly annoying, but only mildly annoying because I have 3 pips of fire resistance. Um, anyway, let's get out. That was interesting. Yeah, normally I wouldn't go into D12. I've been trying not to go into D12, but the reason for me to not want to go into D12 is to not get like a portal bolt that I would probably not be powerful enough to clear. And we already did the portal bolt, so at this point might as well just continue and clear the entirety of D12. I don't think we're gonna get enough experience for a level up, however. I would definitely appreciate a level up because experience level 13 is looking like level 5 spells, and a level 5 spell could be a pretty good spell, so I don't have to rely on Hailstorm. Okay, we get marked, but we are pretty much done with the level. Oh, there's a troll. Yet another troll. Okay. We got letter. Do I want to take off the +7 letter armor for troll letter? Do I want to do that? Probably not. Probably not. So um I'm gonna be actually responsible this time around, and I'm not gonna do that. Still gonna carry it because I might want to put it on at some point. Um, but yeah, am I done? Not yet? Okay. Oh, 7-headed Hydra. Okay. Wow, it seems that my ancestor is tanky enough to not get owned by an Hydra somehow. If I tried to do the same against an Hydra with a 15 armor class and 40 HP, I would get destroyed. Yeah, so I don't know. Oh, it is because my ancestor has a shield. Yeah, of course, that makes sense. I'm gonna train invocations to 10. And now we're gonna go do Lair. Um, Immediate 8-headed Hydra. Okay, this feels like an idealized moment. I feel like I need my ancestor to survive that. So idealize. Oh no. Okay, I'm just gonna close the door. I think I had Sigmund on like D2 or something. We can go do that. Was it on a different game? Or maybe it was not on D2. Yeah, it wasn't E3, so I at this point I am powerful enough to kill Sigmund. There we go, easy peasy. Robe of Cold Resistance. But I do care about that, so I'm gonna pick it up in case I get a nice cave. There's Crazy Youth here in this level, or there should be. Okay. Um, I think I don't mind. Yeah, I think it should be an easy kill. I get a cloak as a reward. Not bad. So there was a non-trivial amount of level left to do. I'm glad that I came back. And now, how do we deal with the Hydra? This Hydra, unlike the other ones, actually managed to do what Hydras would do to me if I had those stats and pretty much to lead my ancestor. Okay, wait one turn. It's still killing my ancestor. I'm not liking this. Okay, I'm just gonna go downstairs. Wait it out. Oh, I didn't even see the Hydra. See, that's why you don't move too fast. Bad things happen when you move too fast. Oh, come on. Was that really necessary? A 3% miscast of Hailstorm? Mm, I feel like I got into Lair and things started to just one-shot my ancestor, which is not very good. Oh, it immediately woke up. Oh no. Okay, maybe corrosion kills. Yeah, might as well. Just do that. Um, yeah, we found some globes. Not bad. Not bad at all. Cannot complain about getting +0 globes when the alternative is just not wearing globes. But I know that I'm looking forward to an upgrade for sure. Hmm. Idealize? Nah. I feel like I don't wanna idealize like literally every fight because of hep piety gain. It is exploration based, so it is not infinite or close to infinite like it would be if I was with, for example, Okawaru. Oh yeah, I'm not liking this one bit. Ooh, I took a lot of damage there. Um, Shields, at least to 4, so I can have the buckler with no penalties. Heal wounds. Decent heal wounds. You know, it could have been worse. Mm, Recall. Okay. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. This is like a pretty good setup for me to be fighting on because the Ancestor blocks the way. I'm gonna go for Ice Blast here to just finish off the Blink Frog. Now we got a spell from leveling up. Oh, we got Manifold. Fingers crossed for Dragon Form. If we get Dragon Form or Statue Form or something like that, it's gonna be pretty fun. I completely forgot about Summon Forest, but let's say I try to use Summon Forest here. Oh, you miscast it. I guess I can cast it if the game is giving me the option to, or like yeah, if I try to cast it but I miscast it, it means that that was like a valid arena. Stormform, yeah, Stormform would also be okay, but with only 18 intelligence, like Stormform really wants you to have a bunch of power. Um, no, bad power means bad Stormform, pretty much. Oh, come on. This character feels giga fragile. Maybe I'm not powerful enough to do Lair. I know that I'm not powerful enough to do Lair. That's what it feels like. Ooh, Sonya has acid. I don't want to have anything to do with that. And these upstairs have an Hydra on the other side, so I don't want to go upstairs and just get like one shot by the Hydra. I guess I can. Yeah, maybe not do that, but do that. And now Okay. I'm gonna go for Ice Blast here so Sonya doesn't use any more charges of acid. Maybe a bit of armor? Nah. Maybe I should just continue training fighting or spellcasting. I'm gonna train spellcasting so I don't miscast my Summon Forest if I ever have to use it. Fingers crossed for not actually having to use Summon Forest. Oh, Maggie. Lair Maggie is unusual. You normally get her in an early dungeon. Yeah, easy kill. Any good evocations? You have no Ebo. I have no Ebo indeed. Maybe I should put it into Ebo because I do have Acid Wand and Ice Blast. I left behind the Lightning Rod, but it's fine. So Ebo, 10 Ebo. 10 Ebo, sounds good. Yet another 8-headed Hydra, or it might be the same one. I feel like my ancestor is gonna die if I don't idealize here. And I don't want my ancestor to die. Alrighty. This has been interesting, I guess. It is very unlike what I normally play. I cannot say it's weak, but it is. Yeah, it feels kind of clunky to me. It is not something that I would like to repeat very often, mostly based on the spells that I have gotten with my Jin. I feel like this would be way different if I had like Fireball or something cool to actually do through my Ancestor instead of just um, Hailstorm. Yeah, Hailstorm has the big issue of like not doing anything when I have monsters next to me. Normally you would compensate for that with other spells, but my other spells are kinda trash. What even is Summon Forest? Okay. Yeah, you need more open space to fit a forest. That's one of the things that I like the least about Summon Forest, the fact that it just doesn't work sometimes. Okay. Alright, it's doing. Surprisingly, the Dryad didn't immediately suicide on like a wolf or something. Whenever the Dryad doesn't do that, Summon Forest is so powerful. So Phantom Mirror on the Ancestor when it is idealized. I'm gonna have to remember that when I get a Phantom Mirror. I don't have any just yet. No experience evocables actually. None at all, much to my dismay. Amulet of Faith. Hmm. That sounds interesting. That probably enables me to idealize a lot more, and I'm already idealizing a fair bit. This is not a terrible thing to have. I think I can drop this. Maybe this as well. I if it feels like I shouldn't melee it like at all. But if I wanted to melee, maybe I should melee with the +7 longsword. But I still probably shouldn't melee. Like if I have the HP to melee, I have the HP to cast the spells instead, and the spells just feel better. Yeah, normally you would melee when you don't have mana to do magic, but this character's mana it's HP, you know? Just Jin things. This is kind of awkward. Not liking this. Especially considering how there's a Nidra chasing me. This is really uncomfortable. I wish I had a better spell. I really do wish I had a spell that did something against Komodo dragons that are next to you. But alas, like I've tried to EH it, and EH just seems unusable. Okay, evocations will have to do the trick here. Unfortunately, it does end up doing the trick. Okay, I'm not afraid of these merfolk. Okay, Hailstorm FTW. I wonder what's my power. 3 dice of 13 is not bad, especially for a spell that doesn't miss. Yeah, I like Hailstorm a fair amount, but it is super clunky to use. Hmm. Oh, I haven't commented on it, but I tried something different today. Normally, when I start stream, I send well the program sends a tweet automatically, and I can write it and add like hashtags and stuff. This time I didn't add any hashtags because I wanted to see like the effectiveness of actually adding hashtags. I don't think anyone has ever mentioned that they come from Twitter. So I just tried not adding any hashtags. I was even thinking of not sending any tweet at all. But I just tried with no hashtags, and so far I think that it is actually noticeable when I don't add any hashtags to the tweet. So maybe I should continue doing that, even if I have never heard anyone say that they come from Twitter. Mm, yikes. Oh, come on. Was that really necessary? Oh, I have resistance to electricity, so we're fine. But yeah, yet again, we are stuck in a situation with a monster next to me and I not having anything to do against it. Oh, these monsters that trample kinda suck to deal with. Yeah, it takes a while for me to be able to hide behind my ancestor to actually hailstorm it. Why did you not pick that up? Why is it disabled? Why is the auto pickup for Teen of Tremor Stones disabled? That seems. I'm also the auto pickup for immolation is disabled, and immolation is so good. I don't know why it is disabled. Helmet of Intelligence. Well, I have the Crown of Dairo Preba, which is that, but it also gives me resistance to electricity. So definitely not worth even considering. Mm. Uh, Something funny that I remember from when I started to play the game was that when I started to play the game, I saw like a D9 black bear, um, like a D9 black bear, and I was like, that seems dangerous because it can berserk. And a more experienced player was like, yeah, Crawl has many things that appear dangerous but aren't really dangerous. And it's funny because the same black bear now can spawn on D2, and it is actually like super scary to see a D2 black bear. Oh yeah, Crawl has changed a lot in these years. Maybe Teen of Tremorstones is not terrible here. It didn't really do a lot, however. I was expecting it to be slightly better. Lucius is destroyed? Oh, I have to bail. Okay. All right. I was not expecting that to actually just kill the wyvern. What do you think of Troxer cost piety? It costs piety now? Or do you think as a theoretical nerf? I think it is. It costs piety now? It actually costs piety? That's crazy. Seriously. Let's take a look. It got nerfed more? I mean, it was already nerfed with Throg not giving you Circ until 1 pip of piety, but now it costs piety to Circ? That sounds crazy to me. I think it's rather unnecessary. Whenever I go Berserker, I don't particularly Berserk that much after the first couple of dungeon levels, and it costing piety sucks because you don't have a lot of piety to begin the game with. So it's just like an early game nerf. I feel like the last couple of versions have been just general early game nerfs all across the board to make the early game harder. It is pretty hard right now. Like it was already the hardest part of the game, and it's so much harder than in older versions of Crawl. I don't understand why the development team keeps doing that, but what do I know? at least it is still playable. Yeah. Um, I remember that in when the monster weapon attack delay changes happened, like it felt so unplayable. It was so bad. Oh yeah, this seems like a good summon force situation. Hmm. I guess I can manifold assault as well. It's like a very expensive. Oh, it is like not even hitting the elephant. Oh my, it's a bad, more expensive poisonous cloud. 31421, the day the monsters became too strong. That was the date of the monster weapon attack delay changes. Yeah, that was not okay. And of course, very soon after, it actually got rebalanced into not being absolutely ridiculous and unreasonable. But it like those few days, Trunk was actually miserable. Like I remember myself saying like, yeah, melee is not viable anymore. And it was really not viable. Like, I don't care what people say. I do think that it was not viable to go melee. Like, melee as it is right now, with something that's not like a Minotaur or a Hill Orc or something like that, it is going to be way harder than playing the same species but as a mage. Uh, and that is after the nerfs to monster damage that were necessary after monster weapon attack delay changes. So yeah, before the nerfs, it was actually absurd to play melee. I remember the day the nerfs drop, I was playing like a Hill Orc something with a shield, and a single orc with a weapon, like a normal orc, it was not even a warrior or something, with a weapon, left me from like, or dropped me from like 40 HP to like 10 in 2 turns. It was miserable. Okay, we can do a little switcheroo here with transference. Okay, how does that work actually? I thought that it swapped you with your ancestor. Forces a targeted creature to pass through the realms of memory and exchange places with your ancestor. Huh, that's a scam. I thought that it changed me or that it swapped me with my ancestor. Can I do that? I don't think I can. Okay, so how do we use this? Or do we use this at all? No, it drains the monster a bit. Ah, yeah, okay. It really wasn't. And you will always remember you went from winning around 10% of the time to not getting to learn most games. It was messed up, but fortunately, melee is now kinda playable. And I say kinda playable because I played a fair amount of Ogre Warpers recently, and it was not good. But I guess it's my fault for playing Warper. Warper doesn't do melee well and doesn't do mage well. Warper doesn't do anything well. In my opinion, maybe it should lose the scroll of blinking and only know of the scroll of blinking so that it is identified when you find it, but not start with one. And like just be better. Like actually get better spells or get better melee and not have a lot of magic skill. Lose the boomerangs and have more skill in melee. Like the worst part about Warper is the fact that it starts with boomerangs of dispersal. So if you don't know, boomerangs of dispersal are guaranteed to be destroyed when you throw them, whether they blink the monster or not. And they feel like they never blink anything. So it is pain. Hello, Particle Face, and good to see you around. Thank you for stopping by. I'm just reminiscing of old crawl days, and by old I mean March of this year when Monster Weapon Attack Delay happened. But yeah, we're also heavily criticizing Warper. Yeah, I don't know why Warper exists as it does nowadays. It doesn't feel like it should exist the way it does. It feels like it needs to be better. Warfare feels like you low rolled Wonder. Oh man, it really does feel like probably one of the worst possible rolls of Wanderer. That I hadn't thought about it, but yeah, like it feels like the average Wanderer is gonna be better than a Warper. Oh man, I should really play a Warper or a Wanderer. Maybe tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but like after this character. This character already got to lure. I would be very pleased with a win, and it is looking kind of likely. So yeah, if we win this character, next character is gonna be a Wanderer. Maybe a Mummy Wanderer. I haven't played a Mummy in a while, and I kinda am having the itch to hate crawl. I mean, play Mummy, so why not? And yeah, like between having to hate crawl because I played Ogre Warper and having to hate crawl because I played Mommy, whatever, I would rather hate it because I played Mommy instead of hating it because I played Ogre. I like Ogres. Mommy Wanderer, yes. Have you played a Mommy Shaper? Have you won a Mommy yet? If not, you're in for a ride because the thing about Mommy is that the early game is gonna be so difficult. But once you get past the early game, it is still gonna be awful, but it is going to be less awful. That's the way to describe the Mommy experience. Now we have a real weapon here. Oh god, no yet. You got one Mommy to lure once? Ah, sorry for that. I was just sipping the last of my coffee. Um, Yeah, mommy is good. Well, mommy is not good. Mommy is an experience that I feel like every experienced scroll player needs to go through at least once, just so they know. Mm, when I won my first mommy, it was like in 2014 or so. Uh, right. Uh, well, I won it in a version where summons were not nerfed. Um, because I won it after summons were nerfed, but I went back to a version where summons were not nerfed, and I just like abused a Mummy of Sif Moon as summons. Surefire way to roll Spider, yeah, and get hit by a Tarantula and just die. Oh man, that I do not miss about playing a Mummy. I may go for a Shensari precisely so that cannot be a thing that happens. Um, I should drop and never pick up a couple of these things. Um, like these. Maybe this. And what if I just went for the longbow? Like I already have it. No, I'm pretty sure that I have like -2 or -3 bows or something stupid like that. So I don't think I can go for the longbow. I have so many useless items in my inventory. Mm, Yeah, talking about useless items, a literally useless item in the form of that potion of mana. Yeah, let's see the aptitude. It all depends on the aptitude. It is -2. Okay, so yeah, we're not doing the longbow. 20 skill with -2 will take way too long. I would rather just put that into fighting and spellcasting, assuming that I get good spells, of course. Okay, very healthy, you know. Oh, like my ancestor actually keeps gaining armor class. Not bad. Oh, Particle Phase, you were not here when the character started, but I started a Jin Monk, and I decided to go a Fated Altar for the first time since May. I hadn't gone a Fated Altar since May because I got Jiba, and I got Jiba, I quit, and I hadn't gone a Fated Altar since then. But we got Hep as a Jin Monk, so I got immediately 3 pips of Piety with Hep, and that gave me Employed Ancestor instantly on like D4 or something. I think it was D3 actually. You highly consider Fated when Monk? Yeah, because 3 pips of Piety with a God is crazy. And I think I actually got the best possible result getting Hep. Because it made me immediate. Like, I went from I cannot kill anything, this is miserable, to I can rely on the Ancestor to save me, to help me gain experience. So it was a little game changer. And then I got Hailstorm, and Hailstorm behind your ancestor is kind of not as miserable as normal Hailstorm. So I guess I can complain, but not that much. It's been going kind of decently. You didn't even have to tell me to take Knight. Oh yeah, like with this character, Knight was a thing to do. Like I cannot tank for the Hexer or the Battle Mage, so Knight was the way to go. I think it is very obvious that when you cannot tank for your ancestor, you need to go for the ancestor that can actually tank for you. So like Knight is roles reversed, and Hexer and Battle Mage are for when you are actually resilient, which this character obviously is not. Alrighty, not bad. I say that I'm not resilient, but I'm able to survive like multiple turns of Yak melee. Cannot complain. You always take Battle Mage just to have a no Knight record. I have always taken Battle Mage. This is the first time I take a Knight. Um, or have I taken Hexer? No, I think it's been always Hexer. This is the first Knight and I haven't taken a single Battle Mage or something along those lines. What I can tell you for sure is that I have never taken a Knight before this character. You hold so much hate for my refusal or for his refusal. I'm just used to translating your to mine. It is nice to see people chatting in the chat. I appreciate that a lot. It feels like I'm a real streamer. Team Knight gonna win? Yeah, the Knight has been carrying me so hard. Um, if I had knowing what I know about this character, I would still go Knight. In fact, like even more reason to go Knight. The fact that we got Hailstorm and now summon Forest, which I haven't cast. Well, I cast it like once or twice, but it hasn't been a spell that I have been like, oh yeah, this is the moment to cast Summon Forest. Normally, when I cast the spells, it's because I want to immediately kill things. It's not because I want to set up for a big fight. Mm. Knight got broad shoulders for carrying, yeah, definitely. And I would like to say that this character is not as heavy as you would think because it has Hailstorm, so at least I can give um, defensive fire to the Knight or like support fire. That's the way to put it. Mm. Canada 2-0 Mexico. Yeah, I don't care about soccer. I just find it funny that all those countries that don't care that much about soccer seem to be destroying Mexico in soccer. First the US and now Canada. I wonder if that leaves Mexico outside of the World Cup. Imagine from like literally Olympic medalists because in Tokyo they got like the bronze medal or something. I don't really know. But from that to not qualifying for the World Cup, I don't know. And the government and like the media and stuff, like really like to support football or soccer when there's better things that they could be supporting. It makes me kind of disappointed. Okay, of course this is not a good position, and yeah, Hailstorm. Okay, at least I killed the torpor snail, so now I can run away. Okay. I think I should default to. Oh, yes, let's go. Now I have a real spell. Now I don't have to rely on Starburst, and I don't have to awkwardly dance around whenever a monster is next to me. I can just go for the Starburst. Oh, okay, the character just got way better thanks to Starburst. I am so happy that we got Starburst. Oh, yeah, let's go. Time to do some Starbursting. What is a starburst? Oh, I guess it can be that key. Yeah, that key is normally reserved for Irradiate, but I guess a starburst is very reminiscent of Irradiate. It also hits everything that's next to you, so okay. Yeah, that Manticore got a bit scary. I didn't want to move. Um, Ooh, interesting ring. I'm gonna drop it, but it's very interesting ring regardless. Um, yeah, the Manticore was just pummeling me with barbs, so I decided to move and just eat the damage. Yeah, we got mirror. Um, I'm gonna try the idealize into Phantom Mirror technique. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be good if you recommend it. Yeah, we are gonna be doing that the next time I get into a very complicated situation. Unfortunately, now I have 10 evocations. This time I didn't. I didn't train. I didn't not train it. So this time I did train it. Mm, yeah, I think I should train evocations a lot more than I do, which is already a lot more than I used to do when I was not so good. In fact, when I started streaming, I didn't train evocations that much, regardless of character. I just didn't get that much of it. But that's like something that I started to grow away from. The more I streamed and the more I played and the more I like actually tried to win. Um, Mirroring ancestor is nice, and in SOT you can often multi-mirror. That yeah, I believe that. I believe that. That is definitely something that you can do in SOT. Um, Double mirror in idealized ancestor in SOT 5. That sounds to me like you can win whatever fight you get into with that. It will take out 2+ orbs of fire. Yeah, especially as a knight. Like I have noticed that this knight has fire resistance already. Poison, negative energy, and torment and resistant to fire and cold. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point this knight got 2 pips of fire and cold resistance. Okay, let's try. No, Hailstorm is not good. We want Starburst here. Ooh, nice. Nice, 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 nice. I probably should rest when I have the chance to do so because I'm at half HP. Okay, we can deal with this Komodo Dragon easy. Hailstorm, or rather Starburst. Oh yeah, I am so happy that I got Starburst. Like it was exactly what I wanted to get with this character. Um, nope. I need you to line up. Or I guess I can just go for Starburst. Okay, now what do we want to train? I could go for more spellcasting. Maybe it's not a terrible idea for me to go for more spellcasting, so I can cast the Starburst more consistently. I'm gonna turn it on for now. Let's see, Starburst 9%. Yeah, I want that to actually be 1%. The Hellhound is immune to fire, so we need to kill it with more conventional methods. Mm, okay. I feel the bleed. I have to say that. I don't have any regen yet, so I feel like all these fights, I feel like I'm doing so well. I'm not getting hit, and I find myself being at like 50 HP or less out of nowhere. It doesn't help that HEP takes 10% of your HP, but I guess it is a price that I am willing to pay for actually being able to get past the early game with such a difficult start. Jin Monk. Jin Monk is probably on the same tier as Warper, but except for the fact that, of course, Jin can just level up and hope to get lucky with spells, which this Jin didn't quite get lucky with its spells, at least before HEP. After HEP, the spells have been getting noticeably better. Like, yeah, I got let's see here. We got EH, Passwall, and a Board. Those were like my first 3 spells. And after that, we have gotten Manifold Assault, Sun Forest, Starburst, and Hailstorm. Not in that order, of course. Now, I am hoping for Dragon Form. I guess Storm Form could also be amazing, but it requires more spell power to be good. Um, the nice thing about Jing Warper is that you can get those bad spells later. Yeah, you're bound to get good stuff. That's the same logic that I used when I played Jin Summoner. I don't know if I ever finished a Jin Summoner. Let's see. Let's find out actually. I want to know. Jin Summoner. 1-0. Okay, so I have not won a Jin Summoner. I wonder if I should revisit it now that summons are not so miserable anymore. I don't know. It sounds like the kind of thing that makes me want to not play Crawl for a while. Not gonna lie, because summons. Um, but who knows? Maybe it is actually good now. Utility spells feel better later. Yeah, the thing is that if you get 3 utility spells in a row, well, 2 utility spells and EH, you are not likely to get to later. That was my point. We only got to later because I got HEP. No HEP means that I would have died in like D8 or so, being unable to kill things. Yeah, I can see myself in an alternate reality where we get something like not HEP, being annoyed at the fact that I got Hailstorm and I cannot really use it. And even with HEP, it hasn't really been the greatest thing in the world. Yeah, sometimes I get into situations where I just cannot maneuver the monster into a position where I can Hailstorm it. But it is certainly better with a permanent ally than with no permanent ally. Okay, we are done with Lair, surprisingly. Let's go do Orc, I guess. Now that I have... Ooh, Volcano. Nice, nice, nice. I am certainly excited for that. Magic mapping. Oh, we were like super close to the volcano. Just a couple of tiles away from the volcano spawn. Mm, okie dokie. Yeah, Orcs feels... People say that Lair is easier than Orc, but I don't know. I feel like on most or like on a reasonable amount of characters, maybe not most characters, but on a reasonable amount of characters, doing Orc before Lair is a very valid thing to do. Orc doesn't have fast monsters. Orc doesn't have crazy, ridiculous melee monsters. I guess it can have warlords and Etins, um, but those are comparable to Hydras, I guess. It doesn't have cane toads and black mambas. I guess that's what I'm trying to say here. Yeah, I like doing orc. In fact, this character maybe felt like it could do orc before Lure, because of Hailstorm. But I'm glad that I did Lure. It went fine. We didn't really get into too many dangerous situations. Only a couple of them at first. Orc spell-ice monster is usually packed in with other monsters more thickly. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. There's obviously the threat of orc sorcerers, and orc sorcerers are more immediately dangerous than, say, a basilisk. But I feel like the bulk of the other monsters are less dangerous. Of course, you can always get knights and warlords, even Saint Roca, but those are like the exception more than the rule. Um, and they are very comparable to Hydras. So what I'm trying to say here is that the bad monsters are like very comparable, and the average monster is just gonna be easier to deal with in Orc. Some of the Orc endings are very nasty. Yeah, for sure. If you get like maybe the demon one or the one where it's only monst or orcs with arbalests, maybe go do Lair. But those are not guaranteed, and some of them are all, like much easier. A lot of the time, Orc is easier, and Orc has way better loot. Yeah, definitely, definitely, I agree. It does have less experience, I have to say, but experience doesn't really matter that much. Loot is much more immediately impactful than experience, I guess. 5% starburst. All right, looking good. We have 3 pips of fire resistance, so when it comes to fire, I don't have to fear anything. You don't have cold resistance or anything. Yeah, of course not. Okay. Ring of Sea Invisible. I guess I'm gonna carry it around. Bardiche. I wish I could give my knight a weapon. Oh, it would be so good if it could use a polearm. A fire dragon. Okay, I am not afraid of this fire dragon. I'm just gonna walk away, let it get over here, and then I'm gonna blast it with Ice Blast a lot. It seems that we got 6 pips of Piety with Hep. Maybe I should be using Idealize more often. Okay, very disappointing loot, I have to say. Volcanoes sometimes have nice things, but this one doesn't particularly have nice things, I found out. I guess you could consider the Bardiche of Flaming a nice thing, but I don't know. It doesn't seem that good. Oh, it also got buffed. I thought that only Executioner Saxes and Triple Swords were buffed, but it seems that Bardiches also got buffed. Cannot complain about that. I like the buff to two-handed weapons. I still think that they are not good enough to compare with a shield. What do you think about that particle phase? Um, I personally think after trying a couple of runs, admittedly with powerful characters, using two-handed weapons, I think that having a shield is just better on any one character. And the only way for you to want to go for a two-handed weapon is if you get a crazy good one early in the game, like something. I'm talking frostbite or like vampiric levels of crazy. It's not enough to just get a highly enchanted good brand greatsword or something like that. No, it needs to be actually insane to be worth it. Okay, what do you have today? No launcher. Okay, that's fine. I can abuse the fact that I am a flying Jin, so I can just stay here. And I guess a Hellwing is annoying. What's your chance to paralyze me? 7%. That's perfectly fine. You're pretty much the same way. You tend to only use two-handers when they are insane, like an artifact or speed brand. Yeah, or a launcher. Launchers are also like the one other reason for me to not want to use a shield. But launchers are in their own special category. Like launchers are kind of cheating. Alrighty. You reckon you would consider two-handed for Axe of Woe? Oh, but it is Axe of Woe. It cannot generate in a normal game. Imagine if it could. It would be ridiculous. Like you just get that and it would probably be a pretty good idea to get manifold assault, just as it is on Meat Sprint. You're also much more likely to use something like a Bardiche if you find it early with a Merfolk. Mm, yeah. I know that I have played two-handed weapon Merfolk in the past, and I have been underwhelmed by it. Feature request Axe of Woe in Trunk? Yeah, but it only generates on Rupert. Only Rupert can have it. Imagine. It's like some like monkey spot thing where you get what you want, but now only Rupert can have it. That's a great idea, lol. I mean, for practical purposes, Rupert already instantly kills you if he touches you with paralysis, I mean. Endgame boss? Yeah, Axe of Woe is just guaranteed to instantly kill things, right? Like, it doesn't even roll damage, it just kills the thing. It's a very interesting thing that can only exist in Midsprint because of that. And it is funny because Midsprint is made in such a way that even with something as ridiculous as that, you can still die horribly. Which makes me remember that I have never won Midsprint. I should give that a try one of these days. Maybe one of these days where I'm doing like especially poorly in the normal crawl, I'm just gonna fire up some sprints and have a good time with them. I could do Thunderdome. I don't know if Thunderdome is balanced with crawl as it is nowadays. Maybe some of the monster changes made Thunderdome not particularly playable, and no one has realized because or rather sprints are not particularly something that the development team seems to pay much attention to. Can you win Meat Sprint? You can win Meat Sprint. Eventually, the Meat Lord spawns, and you can get the orb from the Meat Lord, and then that's how you win Meat Sprint. Gene Warper is an easy win with Meat Sprint. Yeah, I remember. Since you already start with Manifold Assault memorized or like castable, you only need to get to the experience level to cast it, and then you can just mash your way to a win. Mm, this is a pretty complicated situation. No Ancestor, 35 HP, of course. I bled myself with Hailstorm enough to be at such low HP, and I don't have regen. Maybe I should use a heal wounds. Yeah, I guess I can also try to run away. But yeah, this two-head ogre is like getting too close. Oh, this is not good. I'm not liking this. Okay, I can just walk to the stairs over there. This is fine. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty. So now I shouldn't go down these stairs. You only have to get your first kill, yeah? If with your first kill it gets you to like experience level 16 or so in mid sprint, or more than that, right? Okay, 7% paralyzed, we can deal with that. What gives me willpower other than the ring? Oh, it's only the ring? Maybe Jin have good willpower. Okay, you also have good willpower. It can this guy banishes. Oh, it paralyzes. Never mind. Erolcha is the one who banishes. I always confuse them because Erolcha used to have one of the specific ogre mage spell sets, and now that that is no longer a thing. Your ancestor is a great line of sight blocker and plays a will. Yeah, having a permanent ally is like super convenient. I would like to reveal more of these ogres so I can just go for the immolation strategy that I like to do in this vault. I feel like dealing with all of these ogres at the same or like that without immolation is very difficult and potentially even dangerous. And using immolation just like gets rid of them super fast. It is not a matter of like a laziness of not wanting to deal with all of them one at a time. It is a matter of safety as well. Idealize mirror, idealize mirror. Probably only idealize because the ogres are gonna explode. Okay. Resistant to fire and cold. I see. Oh, look at that armor class. That's a lot of armor class. Not bad. Okay. Now this would be the actual good time for me to use immolation, but since I already used it and I don't want to use two of them, I'm gonna use the tremor stones. You're too injured to fight recklessly somehow because I haven't gotten hit by pretty much anything. But that's what happens when you don't have regen. Yeah. Maybe I do want to Phantom Mirror. Let's give it a try. Okay, the two of them are inner flames, but I have 3 pips of fire resistance, so it is not an issue. Okie dokie. Yep. How much damage do they deal? 14 plus Brodax. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it kinda does feel like a lot, actually. It doesn't have haste yet. When does it learn haste? 19, and it also gets a tower shield of reflection on 19. We're kind of far away from that, but we will get to that point after probably a lure branch or something. Okay. I should probably get out and rest to full HP, just for safety. There we go. I really want my item of regen. I feel like I need it. I don't really need it, but I would greatly appreciate getting it. That's what I'm trying to say here. Oh, an identified scroll could be acquirement. Let's check it out. Okay, it was this one. It was silence, not bad. Considering that it was so cheap. Hey, you have identified the last scroll, so I do have a scroll of acquirement. Let's check it out. The ring is good. The Great Mace is good, but not for my character. The gloves are kind of interesting. I think I like the ring a lot. But my current Ring of Ice gives me that, but it also gives me a spell enhancer on Hailstorm, which I'm using a lot. The money is super good, but I don't think I need money. I have a lot of money and I don't have anything that I really want to buy. So it's looking like I'm gonna acquire the ring, but I'm just gonna postpone it a bit. Um, yeah, the gold is it's a lot of gold. It is not as much as it could get you back in the day. Back in the day, you could get like 3,000 gold or something from acquirement, but it was super hard for that to happen. More often than not, you got disappointingly low amounts of gold. I like the current amount of gold that acquirement can give. It is not crazy, but it is also very frequently an okay amount of gold for you to get. I think it might not be a terrible idea for me to turn off spellcasting and turn on shields so I can use the kite shield. Um, yeah, chances are good that I will find a better kite shield. And now we have not seen an ice cave, so my best hope is that it spawns on D13, because if it spawns on D14 or D15 or a Lure branch, it's gonna be a hard ice cave and I don't have cold resistance, so it would be messed up. Okay, have I done the entirety of work? It seems that I have. Um, okay, let's go do D13, I guess. No ice cave on D13, so now if it spawns on D14, what? When did I get those? You took it off a Minotaur in a gauntlet. I didn't even acknowledge the potions when I killed a Minotaur in a gauntlet. Like I, wow. Oh no, no, never mind. That's a dagger. Okay, sorry for that. Okay. We don't know where I got them from, but sure, let's drink them. Sure, we can put them on shields. Orb of Destruction, yeah, there we go. Unfortunately, Orb of Destruction is like a non-bug with my ancestor. Ouch. What's my chance to miscast it? Seriously, twice in a row. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty fun spell to have. 9 dice of 12. That is a lot of damage. A lot of damage indeed. Yeah, I think with Orb of Destruction I can actually win the whole game. Shield of Reflection is an issue. Yeah, because I've heard that you can actually get killed by your ancestor reflecting your own Orb of Destruction back at you. Oh man, who had that happen to them? I know that I saw that on the Discord like a couple of days ago. It wasn't even that long ago. So yeah, I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. It did it to you, and you died because of it, or did you only take like a lot of damage? Because if you died, then it's extra funny. But it's still funny even if you didn't die. It was a while ago when it happened to you. I see. You just took damage. It's still pretty funny. You can always transference and keep it bouncing. Oh, you can transfer. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Okay. I love being able to starburst when things get next to me. Like, that is such a good synergy. Hailstorm and starburst. Yeah, sure, I have the resistance. 3 pips of the resistance. All of it. All of the resistance. You won the game? Nice, nice. How many games of HEP have you already won? Because I assume with how much you like Knight and the things that HEP does so far, at least, I would assume that you maybe have won more HEP games than I have. 3? Yeah, you have definitely won more HEP games than I have. What was my first hip game? Last game, hip 1. Vampire Monk. Huh. Vampire Monk of hip. And it won with an armor title. Hmm. I smell danger here. Yeah, that is probably something that I shouldn't mess around with. A Tango Reaver. I don't have the resistances to like I can see myself getting corroded twice and then I cannot cast the spells anymore. So yeah, probably shouldn't be there. Particle Phase has won many more over 20. That's crazy. That's a lot of hip. I wonder what's my most won goth across all of my accounts. It's gonna be Behumet because I won a lot of Behumet on my first account and I've won a fair amount of Behumet. Not as much on this account, but I still won a fair amount. 14. Only Battle Mage and Hexer. Why do you not like Knight? What is wrong with Knight for you, Mr. Particle Face? There has to be a reason for you not to like Knight, or is it just like out of a sense of pride that you don't go Knight? Because if so, I can perfectly understand that. Let's see what this Pet Rocks shop has. Yeah, I know that it is the Pet Rocks shop because it has like a gargoyle and a bunch of rocks on the floor. So let's see what we have. Wand of Digging. Do I have that? I have 11 charges of it, so I don't think I'm gonna buy them. I might buy them later on if I don't have anything else to spend the money on. No, it's out of spite. I get it. I get it. It's like me with Summon Forest. or me with Conjure Flame. Just learned a lot from Shumi. He always championed Battle Mage better than Knight. Okay, what's your chance to banish me? 6%. That's kinda not. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't wanna like even have a chance of that happening to me. Okay. I'm glad that I didn't get banished there because if I had gotten banished, the game would have taken a very grim turn. Not gonna lie. I mean, with Orbital Destruction, maybe I can kill things in the abyss, but yeah, that would be annoying. So Knight seems to have um, a better performance. And yeah, I know that I've been having a good time with Knight. Knight is exactly what I needed with this character, I have to say. The ability get um, to get tanked by the Knight, like not have to face tank myself, is pretty good. Also, this is kind of a nice bolt to get as a Jin, as a character that can permanently fly. Oh, my ancestor got killed. Mm, I didn't even notice, but I guess I can just keep doing this. Yeah, the Boulder Beetle cannot hit me, and I can hit all of those guys, so it is really not an issue whether or not I have my ancestor. You just be the characters you pick Hep with. Yeah, I don't know if I would pick Hep on a character that is already tanky, which seems to be the kind of character where you wouldn't want Knight on. Oh, I accidentally got hit by that. You pick Hep on higher HP characters. It's what I was thinking of doing. Um, the other day I mentioned that I kinda was thinking about going Ogre Warper of Hep. Unfortunately, Ogre Warper is so bad that I never got to the point where I could actually go Hep. That's not a terrible scale mill. I'm gonna pick it up. Might end up using it. It really doesn't seem terrible at all. Cat Warper. Cat Warper sounds like misery. Like, it really sounds like probably the worst combo in the game. Not gonna lie, it sounds absolutely awful. I'm glad that I'm not going for progress. Like I haven't really ever considered progress. Um, so I will never have to play Cat Wanderer or Cat Warper. Sorry. You'd like to try Hep with Cat, but the ancestor needs to be a cat, or what are we doing? F. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's a four-letter warp. Okay, we can probably go for Hailstorm, Feware, 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 Feware. I don't know. Intelligence. Okay. Lamau just got a mid spring win with the silly combo. Yeah, and a couple of minutes ago you were like, is it possible to win mid sprint? Like, is it actually a thing that you can do? Yeah, it's like actually really easy. I have never done it. Um, but yeah, it was winnable even before the existence of Jin. Jin just makes it super easy now. Okay, I don't want to get stoned by that giant. I feel like I have a lot of HP, but of course I have experience level 18 and I found 2 potions of experience. Of course I'm gonna have good HP. It would be a tragedy if after finding 2 potions of experience I didn't have good HP with 15 fighting. Um, so what I'm trying to say is that it would be a tragedy if I was a cat, but fortunately I am not a cat. I'm a Jin. Oh, you remember that like I guess meme, but like that viral interaction of a lawyer in a in a video conference on Zoom who was a cat. Like the lawyer had like some cat overlay set up, and the lawyer was like so nervous with the judge, and he was like, "I'm not a cat, I'm a lawyer." It would be fun to be like, I am not a lawyer, I'm a cat, you know? That's the experience when you're playing cat in this game. I'm not a functional character, I'm actually a cat. Next level is a big hep upgrade. Yeah, for sure. We get haste and a tower shield of reflection on the ancestor. And now like I already think of it as like really resilient. It has barely died, which hasn't really been the experience my hep with my other hep characters. I feel like okay, condenser bane. I'm not gonna complain about that. Um, I feel like my hep characters often just have the ancestor die very soon. Maybe it is because I was playing hep in the wrong way. Like when I picked Battle Mage or Hexer, I tried to make the ancestor tank, and when you pick those, you have to tank for the ancestor. So picking Knight if you want the ancestor to tank is way better. And it has died like once or twice, and whenever it has died, it hasn't really been the end of the world, fortunately. So I'm liking this Hep character. It is also going surprisingly fast. It's only been 2 hours with a Jin spellcaster, and I'm already done with D15. So yeah, let's go for good old Spider or Shoals. Both of them are kind of awkward. I guess I can put on the Kite Shield now. Okay. 17% chance to miscast Orb of Destruction. So we don't have that, but we have everything else. That's fine. Um, Let me drop the Buckler. I wonder if what happens if I put on the Scale Mail. I don't want to put it on because it drains me, but I wonder. I wonder if it messes up my spells too much. I have 10 strength, so maybe it doesn't. But I also have 0 armor. So I don't wanna try it immediately. But I should consider training some armor after I'm done with my shields. Ah, we got a nice cave. Um, I think I can try to go in. After all, I do have Starburst, so theoretically it will not be so difficult for me to kill things. Theoretically, in practice, who knows? Okay. Getting ensnared by jumping spiders is always like super scary. It always feels like you're gonna die horribly. Okay, I think I should grab this ring so I can have cold resistance for the ice cave. Oh, I have messages. Let's take a look at the messages in tiles. It's probably gonna be the bot and something else. Interact. Let's click here. Oh, I don't see the messages. It's too small. You're having a hard time seeing your tile as anything other than an enemy. Okay, I hope that works, and I hope that person jumps into the Twitch stream. I really do think that it is a better experience for the viewers to know what's going through my mind on any given situation. Mm, I do not like spiders, but at least I have Hailstorm, and Hailstorm doesn't check evasion. You should inscribe your weapon. I should get a better weapon. Only staves of earth. Oof. I could really use a stave of ice or stave of cold, staff of cold, whatever it's called. So inscribe my weapon. Twitch.tv/9settler. Alrighty. No, 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 no. Hmm. I hope that on experience level 19 I get Dragon Form. Like if I get Dragon Form, the character drastically changes. Like it becomes a completely different character because I would force it. Like you wouldn't believe it how much I would force the Dragon Form Manifold Assault. Yeah, I just love it. It's probably my favorite thing to do in the whole game to get a Manifold Assault and Dragon Form on a Jin and just like mash Dragon Form Manifold. Definition of a caster using a Venom Dagger at experience level 18. Yeah, I should really go back and wield that. I had a weapon with strength +6 or something. Yeah, that. I should wield that. That is just better. um, it gives me See Invisible, which I don't think I have. Or do I? I do. The Crown of Dairo Prueba gives me that. So, okay, in that case, I don't need the sword. I wish I had magic mapping or something. I heard that now Spider is silent and sound travels much farther. Was that really a necessary thing? Spider was already messed up. Now I feel like it's way too good. Yeah, this branch is unnaturally silent and so sound travels much further. Has it always been like that? Or am I only just realizing it? Yikes. This doesn't feel good. Like as usual, going into a lure branch, the character feels way weaker than the rest of the game. Except for maybe the early game. At least I have ways to kill spiders, but yeah, I cannot continue. I need to rest. Like I actually need to rest to full HP. If I miss the ice cave, it is what it is. But I'd rather miss the ice cave than literally die. Okay. Mm, I have been using Hailstorm way more than I thought I was going to use it. And I've only gotten into a couple of very inconvenient situations with Hailstorm. Yeah, to me, a spell that I can use to deal damage, even if it's as awkward as Hailstorm is more valuable than something like Summon Forest, where I know because I've used it several times in the past with Jin because I wouldn't learn it personally. Um, I cast it and the Dryad immediately dies, and that just feels so bad. And that's why, well, that's one of the reasons why I haven't been casting it a lot in with this character. Another reason is, the fact that that it has a very strict requirement when it comes to space. Like, for example, if I try to use it here, you need more open space. Um, so yeah, I just like don't want to have to kite monsters away into a position where I can actually use some forest every time. That probably implies that Russia canonically exists in Crawl. Is that a real thing? Dairove prueba? Let's Google it. Let's see here. Give me a second. Dairove prueba. Crown of Dairove prueba. Of course. That's the first thing that I get in DuckDuckGo. I don't use Google. Yeah, I only get crawl results. In fact, I even get Korean crawl results. Nothing about Russia, so I'm gonna have to look into it a bit more than just Googling it. Google Translate says is Russian. If Australia exists, Russia exists. So what you're trying to tell me is that Russia doesn't exist. I never thought of that. Of course, I'm just joking. Um, you know, I feel like people think that saying that you're joking kills the joke, but I would rather kill the joke than have even a single person actually think that I do not believe that Australia exists, like for real. Um, yeah, it is the internet. You don't know when people will actually think that you're serious. Okay, I do not have cold resistance. Let's get that for these guys. I think we can get rid of willpower for just a short amount of time. Yeah, and I clarify because I've seen a lot of people like actually believe the most ridiculous things that a streamer says, and I know that I don't want that in this chat. I don't like jumping spiders. They're probably among the enemies that I like the least. And I got another potion of experience. Okay, give me another spell. Okay, so armor it is. What did we get? A spell forged servitor. I don't think it will cast a Starburst. Will it cast a Starburst? Um, and most importantly, will it hurt my ancestor? That is also important. Knight upgrade. Yeah, that's why I drank it mid combat because of the knight upgrade. Otherwise, I would have just waited. No, it will cast Orb of Destruction. Oh, that might be awkward. Um, I guess I'm gonna use it very sparingly against orbs of fire and things like that. Also, idealize right now? No, right now, don't idealize. Right now, idealize, I feel like I would die horribly. So maybe drink heal wounds. Yeah, now I feel much more comfortable. Oh boy. Yeah, oh boy, indeed. Dangerous Friends without the book. I got Book of Dangerous Friends. Orbital Destruction, Spellforge Servitor, Summon Forest. I don't know. I don't know. Mm, okay, we are going to go for more Starburst here. That seems correct. If only Starburst didn't check evasion. If only Starburst was Flame Wave. Right now it is a very strange situation, but I would appreciate having Flame Wave a bit more than Starburst. Um, just because it would like guarantee pretty much two-shot all of these spiders, because fortunately they don't have good armor or good armor class or HP actually. They have thrash defenses apart from evasion, but they hit like a truck. They have no business hitting as hard as they do. By the way, I have to say that I have a bit of arachnophobia. Not so much now that I know that like the actually dangerous spiders are not particularly common in the part of the world where I live in. But as a kid, I was actually like very scared of spiders and insects in general. Like I remember ants and like being afraid of ants. I just imagined that they could like get on top of me and bite me and like bite my eyes and like nasty things. So I always was afraid of spiders and insects in general. But as I grew up and like had access to the internet, I just like started Googling things when it came to spiders and, rationalize your fears. That's the way to overcome them or to make them manageable. Sometimes you have fears that you cannot really overcome. Yeah, hello, Halfwit. Thank you for jumping into the stream after I mentioned that I was streaming. I do appreciate that a lot, and I hope that you also appreciate the live commentary that I am providing. I hope that it helps you in some way. Also, haven't I seen your name before? Have you been on the Roguelikes Discord? I kind of recognize the name Halfwit. I don't know. Anyway, Arachne is an awkward fight to take. I feel like Arachne can definitely hurt me, especially with that ensnare. Everything ensnares. He was in Tao's chat. Yeah, you have been in the Roguelikes Discord? Yeah, that explains why I recognize your name then. I'm always looking at the Roguelikes Discord. Well, almost always. Sometimes I'm not looking and I miss some juicy conversations. But yeah, even if I'm not interacting in the chat, I frequently am in the Roguelikes Discord. Okay, this feels like an idealized Phantom Mirror situation. So we're gonna do exactly that. Idealized Phantom Mirror. Okay, so far so good. Well, Shaper, thank you so much for the gifts of to Halfwit. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot. Appreciate the support. Oh, I accidentally Phantom Mirrored Arachne instead of my knight. It's just like force of habit. I have Blink as an evocable from my leather armor, so might as well use it to make sure that I do not get ensnared there. And I think this just recently got changed because I'm not sure. I may be wrong, but I do remember that evocable blinking didn't get a cooldown like the blinking spell did. But maybe on that character I have um, too much skill in evocation, so I didn't have that issue or something. You almost always have the roguelikes Discord up while you play. Me too. I have the way I have my layout is like I have my console game, I have the roguelikes Discord, and I have the chat. And I don't play on tiles. I play consoles, so I have the screen real estate to be able to have all of those things. That's one of the things that I dislike the most out of the experience of playing tiles. Since I have my monitors away from me, like a solid meter away from me, maybe closer to 2 meters. Yeah, it's closer to 2 meters. So they are like actually far enough that I have issues seeing a lot of the tiles and stuff like that. Changed recently with Pog nerf. Another Pog nerf. I assume that Pog also has a cooldown in the same way that Blink does. Wow, so many utility spells nerfs. Mm, okay, you know what? You don't have that much evasion. Oh, you do. Oh, I thought that it had less evasion because it is a giant insect. So I was going to go for Starburst. I guess the Starburst still works. It definitely killed the Emperor Scorpion way faster. Pognot now very much based on translocations skills, so at low skill it has a very small range. Ooh, now it scales with range, or now the range scales with skill. That's pretty mean, especially considering that translocations is not a skill that you really like. What would you train apart from Pog? Hmm. Immediate Leoglottal. Okay, do I have Phantom Mirror? I do not have it yet. It hasn't recharged. I'm feeling Idealize, maybe Servitor. Idealize and Servitor. In that order? Maybe in the opposite order. Servitor first and then Idealize. Servitor? Thank you. And you have Orb of Destruction indeed. Just as Particles face set. Um, Servitor always copies one spell, which is the highest level conjuration that you have available. If you have Crystal Spear, it will always copy Crystal Spear. Highest level translocation most people train is Manifold Assault. Oh yeah, Manifold Assault is like, that's a pretty good reason to get high power on your translocation, so you can hit like 3 or 4 monsters at the same time. Not something you grab for melee anymore. Well, it depends on what kind of melee. If you can use Manifold Assault, I assume that you're still very happy with Passage of Galubria. Um, okay, Glotl. I think after that I should indeed idealize immediately. Um, okay, just gonna walk away from Leoglotl. I wonder if I can Hailstorm. Oh, I can't. How much evasion do you have? Nothing. You have no fire resistance. Okay, you should have said that before. Oh, wow. Leoglotl just got dumpstered. Take a look at that, like the damage. It was like, it was not a lot of damage from a single attack, but it was just like 5 attacks in the same turn, or like across the turns. That just ended up melting Leoglotl. Wow, that was way too easy. I am surprised by that. I thought that it was gonna be much harder, but I guess I am experience level 19 going to 20, like almost 20 now. I like this character. This has been going surprisingly fast for a spellcaster. I have to say that. Part of that I would like to attribute to the fact that I got Hep and Hailstorm. If I had gotten one without the other, this character would be still stuck in like Orc or late D by now. If anyone ever gets the opportunity to cast Manifold Assault with Dark Mold, do that. It is pretty good. I would assume. I have never tried it myself, but the real best thing that you can do with Manifold Assault has to be Dragon Form. I mean, theoretically, Storm Form is better at higher power, but Storm Form is also dual school, and then you're using. You need high transmutations, you need high air magic, you need high translocations, and you need high unarmed combat. Like that sounds like a lot of experience to me. With Dragon Form, you only need transmutations, translocations, and unarmed combat. And you don't even need that much of transmutations. You only need to be able to cast a spell. Okay, I saw the Spark Wasp and I immediately went into like danger mode, but fortunately, um, I remember that I have a resistance to electricity. Kilroy. Yeah, I remember something that you said a while ago. You said I don't soften Nine Settler because Nine Settler doesn't have a zip emote. Guess what I got? Guess what I got commissioned actually? Uh, I got a zip emote. Yeah, we got a zip emote now. So now you have no reason not to soft. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But yeah, good to see you around, Kilroy. I hope that you eventually can go back to streaming NetHack because that was fun. Like seeing on new players playing roguelikes that you know very well is always like a pleasure. It is quite fun indeed. Oof, we destroyed Jorgrun there. Like Jorgrun didn't really stand much of a chance. Hmm. I'm thinking Tin of Tremor Stones. Yeah, because I don't rely on Starburst to kill things. Tin of Tremor Stones again? Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Not bad, not bad at all. I am very happy with the way this character is going. I am a bit surprised that we have found 3 potions of experience with this character. Normally, I would say that they were not really that impactful because I didn't get them in the early game, and so the experience gain from or like for your skills is like super low after a certain point. But it is not really the case. Like, these characters scale super hard just by gaining levels. It doesn't really need the skills from the potions of experience. They were still like big items for the character, because I got spells and because I got Hep's ancestor to be like much more powerful. Oh, for a second I thought this was the ending, but it is not the ending. This seems ridiculous. That seems like something that I don't want to mess around with. Yeah, let's just get out of there. I don't have to take that. I thought that maybe all three downstairs would be there, but it is most definitely not the case. Okay, I didn't even notice Isul. Okay, I'm immune to sleep and I am immune to poison. So I don't think I should be afraid of Isul. I think I'm more afraid of Spark Wasp even if I am resistant to it. Mm, you know, even with Starburst, I still wish I had something like Irradiate or Flame Wave for dealing with monsters like these. I'm just gonna cast the Starburst like 3 times and it's just gonna miss so hard on the Spark Wasp. Oh, it didn't! Okay, I am pleasantly surprised. And of course, Isu doesn't really do a lot. We got Luis, 27% chance of banishment. Let's fix that before I die horribly. What's your chance now? 6. Okay, that's much better. I still should try to not get lucky. Um, no, no, what are you doing? Okay, okay, now we're fine. Now we're fine. Okay, I wonder what Luis's tower shield is gonna be. It's just a plain tower shield, but the rest of her gear is pretty sweet. Of course, not for this character, but just sweet in general. If I cared about any of those kinds of items, it would be something very pleasant to find. Mhm. We found another scroll of magic mapping. That's nice for a Wiz lab or something. Um, I didn't mention it, but we ended up missing the ice cave. It is fine. I don't particularly complain. An ice cave is pretty dangerous to this character, or at least a high level ice cave. The kind that can place fiends and stuff like that. We don't want to mess around with fiends with this character. It is theoretically strong, but in practice, it doesn't feel that powerful. I feel like my ancestor is like actually doing most of the work, and I'm just sitting behind my ancestor and casting Hailstorm. I wonder for how long that will hold up. I feel like it's been a while, and we've been using it for a while, and it's been pretty good still. I'm talking about, well, I was thinking about immolation. I was not talking about it, but yeah, immolation is gotta be the thing that I do now. Okay. Maybe Idealize. I'm gonna go for Idealize here. Yeah, because I didn't want my ancestor to just die to that. Starburst on the demonic rollers. They are resistant, but they also they have a lot of HP. Were they buffed, or have they always had that high amount of HP? I say high because it's like normal enemies. So like compare that to a wolf spider, for example. Let's find a wolf spider. Oh, were spiders buffed? I thought it had like 40, 55, and the demonic roller has 58. Hmm. Mm, I feel like I should never ever tab again with this character. Yeah, definitely not with a dagger. And in order to get something better than a dagger, I should train weapons, and I don't want to train weapons with this character. Yeah, Star Polemic drew that. So if you like that emote, I like it. It's a pretty cute emote. You should go and follow Star Polemic. He often draws on stream, so you might enjoy that. I'm not liking this. I feel like I just took too much damage. Or maybe, no, actually, it's not that I've been taking damage. It's that I've been bleeding myself with spells. And of course, I don't have regen. You haven't drawn anything good recently? It is subjective. You may think that you haven't been drawing anything good, but maybe someone else will think that you have been drawing good things. Um, I think that happens to me sometimes. Like, sometimes I have streams that I think, or characters that I think, this character is kind of worthless. And people say, no, that character is good. That character is like worth even uploading to YouTube. Um, but I often just don't do that. Because I feel like I have to be satisfied with what I upload to YouTube. And yeah, that's more average Starburst behavior. Yeah, just missing on everything. That's why I don't like to rely on it too much. I needed the hits right now because I don't have the ancestor and I'm at low HP. Well, not much to do about that other than drink heal wounds. And hmm, Ice Blast, but it is resistant to cold. Yeah, I really want Flame Wave. Can I get Flame Wave for my experience level 21 spell? Or more realistically, can I get Ignition? I would definitely love Ignition. Or Haunt. Or Dragon Form. Please get me Dragon Form. Please. Actually, it is likely that if I don't get it for experience level 21, I don't think I can get it at all. Because after that, um, 23, 25, and 27 is like only level 8s or 9s. Something like that. I don't know the rules for the spells for Jin like very accurately, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was exactly how I said it. I have a lot of charges of a lot of very good ones, so I guess I can use them. Mm, Acid? It at least hit the Ghost Moth. Mm, yeah, how? Um, It hits a lot. It hits for 3 attacks and it is fast. But is it worse than a wolf spider? Does the wolf spider only hit once? Maybe the wolf spider is worse. It hits twice. I think the wolf spider is more dangerous when it comes to melee. Mm, yikes. I don't like that. Yeah, it seems that I need the ancestor. Like if I lose the ancestor, the situation immediately gets so much worse. Okay, we got rid of one ghost moth. Now we have the other one, and fortunately, even though as a Jin I use my HP for casting spells, Ghost Mods don't drain my HP because that would be ridiculously bad. Um, no, no, no. I want Hailstorm. There we go. Okay. I should get out of here. Oh, a North Spider. Okay, we can just like there we go. And yeah, like I noticed that as soon as I lost the ancestor, things got so much worse, very fast. Hep is fun, fun god. Ancestors are fun. Yeah, now that you can fire through your ancestor, it is much more bearable because before it used to be absolutely miserable. You were very limited in what you could play before with Hep. You can spear also. Yeah, I should have probably gone with a polearm, but I was not really planning on going Hep with this character. It just kinda happened. After all, we got a Fatal Altar. We got Hep from a Fatal Altar. Oh, my ancestor is severely damaged, and we learn from our mistakes, so we are gonna idealize. It would have been pretty funny if after failing that 1% idealize, the ancestor just got killed. It would have been funny. Gene fun, yeah. We struggled a bit in the early game because we got really bad spells. We got EH, pass wall, and a port, and that was like experience level what 357. Yeah, experience level 7. On experience level 9, I got Hailstorm, and by then I had already gotten Hep. So after that point, we have gotten pretty good spells, very fortunately. Apart from Summon Forest, I guess, we got Spellforged Servitor and Orb of Destruction and Starburst. And we will get another spell soon. By the way, even though I'm experience level 20, that's the first rune that I have gotten because I got 3 potions of experience so far. I have no idea how that happened, but we have 3 potions of experience. I wonder if I got at least one of those from like a gauntlet or something, and I didn't realize. You have to say you've learned a bunch tuning in, mainly listening. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much for that. By the way, I have to say that if you are watching and you're not following, you should consider following. Of course, I would appreciate it if you did. Mhm. Okay. We are doing quite well with this character. In fact, I don't think I need to complete this because I already have the rune. Um, I could just get out and avoid the annoyance that is dealing with orb spiders that can hit you for 47 damage. Same here, you've learned some great things from these streams. I am very glad to hear that. Like, I always say it whenever someone mentions it, but it always makes me happy to hear people saying that they got better because of what I have done, because that is the entirety or the entire goal of the stream, just like helping people. I like helping people in general. Doesn't have to be with Kroll. Okay. I keep going for Starburst on the Emperor Scorpion thinking, hey, this is giant, like it should have like 3 evasion, but it doesn't. I don't understand how something that is giant can be so evasive, but I guess it is. It's easy to learn when you understand why people make the decisions they do. Yeah, I assume that just jumping into a random spectator window and watching people just doesn't do the same. Even with the chat, because you cannot ask about everything in the chat, and in my stream, I assume that you don't need to ask a lot because I just like constantly explain myself. They cheat, that's how. Yeah, so much cheating. Cheating on stream in this single player game that I play on the server. Um, the other day I was actually thinking about it. Like, is it possible for someone to cheat when they're playing Crawl on stream? But, like, any thoughts of that completely dissipated when I realized that if you're playing on a server, you cannot really cheat or anything. Um, you can cheat in Crawl for streaking. Depends on how you define cheating, because I guess you can go for a bunch of Minotaur Berserkers, and yeah, that's a pretty good species or combo to win, to streak a lot of. I don't know if I should do Shoals first. I think I am afraid of these guys, Javelineers. And in Bolts, I am not that afraid of a lot of things. Also, I think I should probably get rid of the leather armor now. Replace it with the scale mail. Or do I really want the scale mail now that I think about it? It's a +4 scale mail with slaying that I wouldn't use and see invisible that I don't need. So it is practically a vanilla scale mail. Let's just drop it. Yeah, I'm glad that I gave a bit of thought to that. Cheating in a crawl stream is funny. Such low stakes to become persona non grata. Yeah, that's whack. Crawl monster cheat, not players. Oh yeah, monsters cheat. That's a staple. You can cheat by switching server or version when you're guaranteed to die. Yeah, you cannot do that in a tournament, but I guess you can do that in normal gameplay. I have never done it. What I have done is started games in older versions with whatever I wanted to do was stronger. I haven't done it in a while, but I did do it in my mommy win. My first mommy win was in an earlier version where you could use where summons were really broken and Sifmuna was really broken with mommy. Um, so I played a mommy summoner and a mommy ice elementalist, and I had a good old time with good old broken summons. If you have never tried that, I don't normally recommend you to go and play Old Crawl, but I guess the greatest issue with Old Crawl, which is the clock, the food clock, is not something that you have to deal with a mommy. And you can enjoy like all the other crazy things that Old Crawl have to offer. So if you have never played an old mommy with old summons, an old Sif Muna, consider giving that a try. It might be a fun experience for you if you can get it going, of course, because mommy is still kind of miserable. It's not cheating because then you have to endure old crawl. What was broken old summons? So there was no summon cap, so you could summon 40 dragons with summon dragon. It was not dragon's call, it was summon dragon, and they could attack outside of your line of sight. So that was broken old summons. They could attack outside of your line of sight. Um, that was one thing. The other was that Sif Muna had an ability that gave you like 3 mana. It was trash, but it didn't cost any piety whatsoever. It only costed food. So mummies of Sif Muna could just use turns to channel mana until they had maximum mana and then just spam summon dragon until they had no mana and then just like fill up the mana, cast summon dragon. Um, that was very powerful. I almost did a Ziggurat with it, like two separate occasions, but I always ended up getting destroyed by one thing or another. So on my win, I didn't do a Ziggurat on my mommy win, but I had several mummies that could have won, but I decided to try to do a Ziggurat with 3 runes. So it was 3 runes into Ziggurat, and I ended up dying. In fact, the one time that or like the most damage that I've ever taken from a single attack was a Pearl Dragon Breath as a mummy. I took 127 damage. It was so funny. What version was that? Let's see. Last game, Mommy 1 for good measure. X character version or crawl version. 0.16. So 0.16 has that. In case you want to play that. It also has haste spell and deflect missiles and a bunch of really broken magic. Also controlled blink. So you can go for all those funny spells if you want to give it a try. Alrighty, so let's go and actually play or continue playing Crawl. We are gonna be doing bolts. Yeah, bolts. I wish I had more cold resistance. Yeah, getting a Scarf of Resistance right now would be a pretty good thing. Okay. Not bad. Do Center Warriors that spawn in bolts always have longbows? Because I just killed 4 Center Warriors and the 4 of them had longbows. Oh, okay. You have a launcher. I'm just gonna hide behind my guy. Yikes, I'm not liking this. This looks kinda not good. Maybe I can summon a Spellforce Servitor. Ouch. Hide behind it. Okay, it is heavily damaged. But I guess if things go bad, I can always summon another one. Yikes, that missed. Fortunately, it also missed me. Oh, it also missed me again. I shouldn't be gambling with my life with only 12 evasion like that. Maybe it is time to turn off armor and turn on dodging. After all, I'm only using leather armor, so it's not like I gain a lot from that. Oh no, yeah, I saw it coming. I saw it coming. Lucius reflects your orb of destruction of their tower shield of reflection. So I preemptively sidestep the orb of destruction there. Yeah, I don't wanna be a statistic, you know? Not this time around. Any evasion more than 10 equals gambling? or less than 10. I always have issues with that particular symbol. Is it more than or less than? But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that you indeed should not rely on evasion as your only source of defense. More than, yeah, any evasion more than 10 equals gambling. Or as I always say, it is a placebo. Like evasion is a placebo. It is only a number that is there to make you feel like you actually have a good chance of surviving something. And then you get hit twice with 40 evasion as a cat and you explode. Yeah, been there. I wonder how high cat evasion goes now that dexterity has been buffed and then nerfed, but I still think that it is better than before. Ah, finally we get regen. Give me that. I went through so long without an amulet. Like, actually, no amulet. Now I have an amulet. Evasion is a placebo is your favorite line. Evasion should just be looked as at as a bonus defense. Yeah, definitely. I completely agree with that. It is not something that you should rely on. You can have. I feel like you, with any character, needs 2 out of 3 defenses to be good in order for the character to actually be kind of resilient. And ideally, it would be armor class and evasion, with shield being okay. But you can also have good armor class and shield, and good evasion and shield. But I would favor armor class a lot more than evasion. After all, there is a lot of effects that don't check evasion, like Jactor bolts. Theoretically, they check evasion. In practice, you're always gonna get hit, or at least that's how it feels to me. Okay, Starburst doing wonders here. Then Hailstorm doing wonders. Pretty good. What's your chance to hex me? 7%. It is always important to check that when you see something that you know that is like messed up. Something that has banishment or paralysis, maybe even sleep. It is always like a good thing to do because sometimes you think that you're using willpower and you find out that you're not actually using it, like it happened to me a couple of minutes ago, and I would have died if I hadn't realized, and it would have been sad. Okay, pretty good. Your Spriggan right now is an insane caster, but has like trash defense. I assume that you have a good amount of evasion. After all, that's kind of the Spriggan's thing. But yeah, if you find statue form with your Spriggan, it's gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be like better than Cat with statue form because you have slightly more HP. Okay. Oh, my ancestor just like completely ignored the dire elephants that were running towards me. Recall. We can give it another try. It is... Oh, it is at full HP. Like, monsters with tower shields are unreal. They are unfair. Yeah, like, even my ancestor with a tower shield is ridiculous. Okay, the hiding behind monsters and spamming Hailstorm strategy, pretty good. And now that I have a regen, like I'm not bleeding myself anymore, or like I guess I am, but not nearly as much as I was doing before. Now I feel like I won't be getting into those very awkward situations that I was getting into before, where I have never gotten hit in a fight and I got low hit point warning. Okay, I don't have resistance to cold for that guy. Let's fix that. Hailstorm because that guy has resistance. Monstrous Menagerie. I'm not a fan. Yeah, from the level 7 summons, it is probably the one that I like the least. Let me inspect it for a second. Okay. Manticore, Lindworm, or at high power even a Sphinx. And I don't have high power, so I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't get a Sphinx. The minute you said you would be strong with statue form, you found it. Yeah, let me give you a good old 9 S rock. Oh, I don't have it? Did I remove it or something? Why do I not have it? Huh. Weird. Let's see. I thought that I had it. Oh, I must have removed it from Twitch. I still have it on the Discord. If you have a spellcaster and building up defenses, do you think it's easier to cast wearing shields of armor? Well, it depends on the armor, but with a shield you can train it to a point where you remove all the penalties, and with armor that doesn't happen. So theoretically, if you get enough shields skill, you can cast even with a tower shield, and with armor you kinda can't go above a certain point, which is usually some form of dragon scales or plate. Ouch. I don't have the willpower, but fortunately I'm not too afraid of a single great orb of ice. Let's go back to willpower. That's a nice reminder. Friendly reminder to put back on the willpower ring. Okay, Starburst, doing Starburst things. Mm, at this point, I'm not looking forward to getting any other spells other than the ones that I already have. I can win the game with Orb of Destruction and Starburst. I would have liked to get Dragon Form for sure to take advantage of Manifold Assault. As I have mentioned before, it's literally my favorite thing to do in Crawl. Dragon Form Manifold Assault on a Jin because you can do it way more than with a normal character. But it is not a necessity. It would only just be like a nice thing to spoil me. You only ever cast it in Crystal as a demigod. I have casted in Crystal Plate as a demon spawn with a demon spawn that did a mega sig. But pretty much only like that. Yeah. The orange crystal plate armor is like a very hard to use thing. I normally, like, whenever I get it, I just don't care for it if I'm a spellcaster. And if I'm a melee character, I don't particularly care about the wizardry or the archmagi. That's what it is. Good old staff. I haven't staffed anything with EH in a while, but I just decided to go for that on that Boulder Beetle. I am surprised at how well Hailstorm has been performing. It really is because I have something that will stand between me and the monsters. If it was not for that, this character would already be dead. Like, actually, Hep saved the life of this character. It's also making me play super fast for a spellcaster. 2 hours and 47 minutes, and I'm already in bolts with a rune. That's so much faster than I would normally be playing with a spellcaster. I guess it's pretty convenient when you can have a good spell in your quiver. I got marked. I probably should leave the level. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do so right now. Run away. Now that I'm still at full HP, because yeah, better to run away when you're at full HP than to try to run away when you're at like 50 HP or so. Okay, I think I can fight in the stairs. And if things get truly tricky, I can always go upstairs. But yeah, when you get marked, it's always like a good idea to just try to retreat as if you were in an extremely dangerous situation, because chances are good you will be stuck in an extremely dangerous situation if you don't do that. Mm. I feel like Mark is a very good way to kill a player that like underestimates it. Alternatively, I think I read someone on the Roguelikes Discord mention that they didn't really fear Mark until they got marked in SOT 5, and that obviously destroyed them. So yeah, I guess it is good. It is good to learn how dangerous Mark is before SOT 5. Mm, okay, so far so good. Um, I was very close to playing Noita today on stream. Like first Noita, then Crawl, as I pretty much always do when I play something that is not Crawl. First something else, then Crawl. But I ended up not feeling like it. So I just decided to go with Crawl for the entirety of the stream, and it's been okay. Crawl has been treating me not so terribly tonight. How many characters have I started? Like, this is the second or third one, right? Could be way worse. I guess it could also be way better. You don't know, marking SOT 5 could actually be helpful. Oh, for sure. The thing is that if you don't know how to make it helpful, it is going to kill you. That's just how it is. If you don't know how to exploit the fact that you got marked in SOT 5, it is a death sentence. Of course, like it is only a death sentence if you also don't fear it. Yeah, I guess that's the way to put it. Fear it or like respect it. But yeah, I am a fan of marking myself in SOT 5. I feel like there's some characters where that is the correct thing to do. More often than not, when you actually have the ability to survive such a long fight. Very resistant to fire and cold. Hits for 19. Okay, it's an easy kill. Like when it comes to actually dealing damage to me, the ghost cannot really do that, and I can do it. So I'm just gonna go for Hailstorm. Hailstorm may not be dealing a lot of damage, but it is dealing damage, and the ghost literally couldn't deal damage to me. So easy kill there. Shtawa, guess who has 3 pips of fire resistance? Shtawa, 8% paralyze. Easy. Does Shtawa no longer have any all caps quotes? Weird. Oh, two wizards. Don't banish me. Yeah, even if I have like a low chance of getting banished, fighting 2 monsters that can banish me like multiplies the possibility of me getting banished. Just bad luck that I didn't get a quote. I guess I'm just asking because I can't remember the last time I got a quote from Shtawa. Like it's been months at this point. Hmm. Wow, I got a lot of dodging very fast. I think I wanna maybe turn it off and turn on spellcasting. Yeah, so I can cast those level 7s. Experience level 21 and using Hailstorm as main DPS. I'm not struggling. Like, I'm not complaining one bit about using Hailstorm as main DPS. It would be awful without the Ancestor. I have to say that. With the Ancestor, it's actually strong. Um, oh, what? Excuse me? My Ancestor's tower shield is broken? How did it die so fast? I think it actually got hit by 2 bolts and died like that. That's crazy. Hello? My Ancestor's tower shield had a hole in it or something. I hope that when it comes back, it is actually functional. Oh no. I didn't want that. Now I am afraid. I could fear. What do we have here? I guess I can Monstrous Menagerie. A Manticore. Another Manticore. And let's follow up with Spellforged Servitor. Another Manticore. Why not? Not bad. There we go. I guess Monstrous Menagerie was like a bit of a blessing in disguise. I guess it's something that I can do if my ancestor happens to die and I need something to help me not die horribly, because even if I have trained some defenses, they're still like bad. I would say that they are bad for this point in the game. That's a lot of bands that we are gonna be fighting against at the same time. Probably I should drink Brilliance and Haste. Hmm. I'm not gonna drink Haste. I only have three of them, but Brilliance I can afford to drink. I have a fair amount of them. Four after drinking one, I mean. And if you're wondering, Brilliance makes it so that I do not, or so that casting spells costs me half HP, so less likely for this situation to go super bad. Even with the Ancestor dead, I think I can still fight. Mm, blink away, Hailstorm, Hailstorm, good stuff. You know what is sad about my current situation, Star Polemic? The fact that I'm experience level 22 now, and I'm still using a leather armor. That does make me feel sad. Hopefully, I will find something that I can use instead of the leather armor. Mm, no, I can't. I can starburst through the servitor. It's a pretty good leather armor, at least. Row of Vines? Ooh, I want Row of Vines. People always talk about their Row of Vines gene, and I have never gotten Row of Vines on a gene. I hope that I get it. But I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't happen. After all, it is a very specific item to be asking for. At the very least, I would like to get like a better sky weapon. What I have right now doesn't count as a sky weapon. It's not good at all. And I cannot believe that the staves that I have are like earth and poison. Like both of them are really useless. I want a staff of cold. Oh man, this character with a staff of cold would have been extra good because I actually take advantage of almost everything that the staff has to offer. I get the cold resistance, very important for a gene, and I also get the cold enhancer, very important when my main spell is a starburst or hailstorm rather. The only thing that I do not get is the melee damage because I don't get to train ice magic as a gene. But who cares about the melee damage? To be completely honest, not this character. Okay. 90 HP. Wow, having a permanent ally with 90 HP, it's pretty good. I wonder if other ancestors or if other ancestor backgrounds have the same amount of HP, or if it's special that the knight has so much. Okay. Those Frostheart guys are pretty scary to my character because I don't have resistance. I only am not weak to cold. But there's not much that I can do about that, unfortunately. It's either willpower or cold resistance, and it is more dangerous to be walking around without willpower than to be walking around without cold resistance. That will all change if I find like a scarf of resistance or a cloak of willpower. Or a Randart ring, or like Randarts in general, other than I guess the leather armor that I'm currently using. What's my current take on HEP? It's powerful. I have been praising it throughout the entirety of the game. You know, the only reason why this character got so far, or has been gotten so far, or has gotten so far, I guess that's a correct way to say it, is because of HEP. Because like HEP makes Hailstorm into a much better spell than it actually is. And I've been using Hailstorm as my main killing spell for a while. As Starpolinic said, experience level 21 and using Hailstorm as main DPS. If I was not with Hep, that would be a miserable character. But Hep makes it into a good thing. Like, I actually don't feel weak, and I'm using Hailstorm. It is a miracle. That's how good Hep is. Yeah, I also think that Hep is letting me get away with having trash defenses. I guess they're not so trashy anymore, but I guess I have a healthy amount of armor class, evasion, and shield, and the combination of all three of those things makes it so that I have more survivability than what you would think based on the numbers. Hmm. But yeah, regardless, Hip, the Ancestor, specifically being a knight, adds to my survivability because I can just hide behind the Ancestor and mash Hailstorm. Oof, it's dealing good damage. 95% power, 3 dice of 19. So I assume the maximum damage that I can get from Hailstorm is 3 dice of 20. Not bad. But yeah, I would definitely appreciate finding like a staff of cold or something. If I found that, I could take off the ring of ice and switch to my better ring of cold resistance without fearing the loss of damage from hailstorm. In fact, I should probably calculate that or like compare it. Maybe it is a better idea to just be using the ring of. Oh, what? Oh, I took off the ring of willpower. I'm dumb. Hope you get refrigeration. I hope. I hope. That would be pretty sweet if I did get refrigeration. Oh, I lose so much damage. I went from 3 dice of 19 to 3 dice of 15. So I think I have to keep using the Ring of Ice, much to my dismay. So after this, I think I'm going to do Elf. In the hopes of finding a staff or something. Ooh, slimy scale mail. Okay, I want to fingers crossed for that being good. It is pretty decent. High enchantment, regen. I think it's worth checking out. So let's go here. Let's close the door. Let's wear it. 14% my level 7s, and the rest of the things are very castable. And I guess I can just like not use the level 7s for a bit. Um, yeah, maybe get more strength. Get more strength is probably what's gonna make this better. Um, I have 1 pip of fire resistance, no cold resistance, so I do lose a decent chunk of fire resistance by switching like this. But 2 sources of regen is like a lot, much more important than having 3 pips of fire resistance until probably SOT. 22 viewers. Hey, yeah, I do have 20. Yeah, I have a lot of viewers. I noticed that before. Um, but I am indeed very happy that the stream seems to be picking up. I wonder if that has something to do with the fact that a big streamer has been playing Crawl recently. And I assume some people are like, you know what, that looks cool. Let's see if someone else is streaming it. And they find out that pretty much no one streams Crawl. So being one of the very few people who do, I assume that I get all those viewers, at least the viewers that actually want to watch a stream at this time of the day, which is probably people from Eastern Europe, Russia, Ukraine, stuff like that. Who? I think it's Mumfer. I think that's the name of the streamer. Let's see. Let me get the streamer's Twitch real quick. Yeah, it's this guy. Maybe wielding that longsword with strength will help. It will absolutely help. Particle Face for sure. It will. I will go do that after this fight. Thank you for reminding me. I hope that this Crystal Guardian doesn't destroy me. It is really dangerous of a monster to be fighting against. In fact, let's just idealize. Yeah, let's not play games against that Crystal Guardian. From all the games that I've seen, or from all the monsters that I've seen in this game, that Crystal Guardian is probably among the most dangerous ones. Especially with like no cold resistance. I just like don't play games with these things anymore. They are too dangerous. Let's try to go for Spellforge Servitor as well to get some Orbs of Destruction. Yep. Okay. Cool, you love to see the Crawl community grow. Yeah, I saw that guy, and that guy had like 300 viewers watching him play Crawl the other day, and I was like, oh yes, please, please let this happen. I really do want more people playing Crawl. Like it helps me to grow the stream, but it also like it's more people playing Crawl. That is the reason why I'm streaming at all in the first place. Well, it is a mixture of me wanting to actually afford a living doing something that doesn't make me absolutely miserable, and also seeing more people enjoy the game. It's like 50-50 of those two things. So having other people, especially partner streamers with a large audience, play the game is like a dream come true. Um, it's funny because on your other account, being on your other account and getting ads because you're not subscribed on that account, it is indeed a funny thing. Have you considered just using the same account on your two devices? Because you can do that. But I understand if you have a reason to not want to do that. More players would be great for Crawl. Yeah, more people to be exposed to like truly exquisite game design. You know, I'm gonna put it like this. Playing Crawl is like enjoying a good expensive whiskey. Like you really appreciate it. It has depth, it has complexity, and it is a beautiful thing. And playing like the AAA games as they release nowadays, most of them, almost all of them, is like drinking some cheap, less than $5 vodka or something. Um, it's just gonna taste like alcohol, the kind of alcohol that you use to disinfect things. Not not good. That's how I would define Crawl to someone that knows about alcohol but doesn't know about games. Cat is like snorting datura. Oh man, I assume so. Yeah, cat is just um, pure unadulterated misery. I cannot believe Torinsky went for a Cat 15 runner. Yeah, I am astonished by that. It's not something that I would ever attempt. I think I would hate Crawl too much if I try to go for a Cat 15 runner. Mm, oh yeah, the sword. I completely forgot about that. But let's go get the sword. Uh, Better Sky weapon than the one that I have, but not by a lot. Let's be completely honest. Kidoki. Let's get the sword. Let's drop the dagger. And let's inscribe the sword. Twitch.tv/9settler. Alrighty, and now 7%. Much better indeed. Thank you for the suggestion, Particle Face. I greatly appreciate it. You love the fact that devs are also still releasing updates. When you came back, you thought for certain it would be that. I am also very surprised. Crawl has been like a community maintained game for quite a while now. It's like more than 15 years, I think. It is insane. Like how many community-based things have survived for that long, let alone a game where you actually need some level of knowledge to like contribute to the game. Like you actually need to learn or to know how to code for the game, or at the very least know how to make bolts for the game. And it's not only been bolts throughout all these 15 years, it's been new spells, new gods, new everything. Like when I started playing, Spider didn't exist. When I started playing, Shoal was brand new. And like how much the game has evolved in all the time that I have been playing. It is really a thing of beauty. Perfect example of a community keeping a game alive. Yeah. Z Duty, thank you for following. I appreciate it. That follow alert reminds me that I have not been playing Guilty Gear a lot. Yeah, but the thing is that when I play Guilty Gear, my hands hurt. Um, and I have very clearly noticed that my hands don't hurt when I don't play Guilty Gear. Like if I drop it for like a week or two or so, my hands don't hurt. But then I go back and like after like 2 hours, my hands really start hurting again. It is lame because I enjoy Guilty Gear, but I really cannot play it for too long. I guess I can play it for maybe an hour every 2 days or so, and it wouldn't really cause me hand pain. But yeah, I feel like when it comes to fighting games, you really need to play for more than 1 hour every two days to actually get better, and you also need to like do some training mode and stuff. And I don't know, like I don't like Stripe's training mode. It is funny because I greatly enjoy playing Plus R, which is an older version of Guilty Gear, and just jumping into training mode and trying to do a funny combo that I thought of, or a funny combo that I saw on YouTube or something. And in Stripe, it's not the case. Maybe it is because of the character that I play. Okay. Yeah, talking about a community keeping a game alive, the same thing happens to fighting games a lot. There is a community version of the old Melty Blood before the current one that had rollback netcode implemented on it and all other sorts of crazy things that fighting games don't normally have happen to them. And that's pretty neat. Mm, we identified potions of cancellation after potions of experience. It is crazy how these are the first potions of cancellation that I have found in this game. Okay, I guess we're gonna use Orb of Destruction against that orange crystal statue and hope that it doesn't summon. If it summons, it would be whack because it wouldn't die. Okay. Oh, you block Lucius' attack. It got confused. Better walk away from my confused ancestor. Oh, that's a crazy good Fustivalus. That's good enough to make me check my aptitudes, find out that I have -2, and still consider it. That's how good it is. By the way, I am kind of close to my next level up. I'm gonna carry that. Oh, I cannot carry it. I have too many items. I guess we can drop these 2 items. See Invisible as well can go. Now we can carry that. Hold on, I don't want to pick up Scrolls of Identify anymore. I think I have already identified all that I ever really wanted to identify. So we can turn that off. Another Scroll of Acquirement. Let's check it out. Acrobat Intelligence plus 10. Manual of Dodging. What is this acquirement? A Staff of Cold. Wow, I can't believe it. I want everything. It is one of those extremely rare acquirements where all the four things are good. Like the gold is a high amount of gold. I wanted the Staff of Cold. The Manual of Dodging is always like a nice thing. And 10 intelligence is 10 intelligence. For a character that will eventually get level 9s, this is a crazy good acquirement. Yeah, 10 intelligence is 10 intelligence. You kind of think experience potions should auto identify because they are so rare? You go B, hardest to find here. I am going to wait. I don't need anything immediately. And I am doing Elf precisely to try to find a Staff of Cold. So if I get a Staff of Cold, which is a very likely thing to happen, I am obviously not going to acquire the staff, and I am going to acquire something else. I still don't know what I would acquire, because the Manual of Dodging is very eluding, and also the 10 intelligence. And you have to keep in mind that I would be replacing regen with 10 intelligence. I don't particularly value the acrobat effect enough. Like I consider it to be flavor text compared to the 10 intelligence. But the 10 intelligence might be powerful enough on its own to be worth replacing the regen. After all, I already have one source of regen, but two sources of regen, especially as a Jin, way better than one source of regen. 10 intelligence probably still better than Staff of Cold. Good call, way to see Elf loot. Yeah. 10 intelligence. It's really alluring. I might get it just because the popular opinion in chat seems to be that 10 intelligence is crazy. And don't misunderstand me. I definitely agree with you. It's just that I don't know if it's crazy enough to replace regen as a gene. But I might still do it, and I'm still like gonna check it out. If I see that fights are going like so much worse, significantly worse, I would go back to the amulet of regen, and it's not an issue if that does happen. Ooh, that's a crazy good weapon, but I'm not gonna pick it up. Yeah, it shall remain on the floor. But finding a demon whip of Elec on the floor just like that is like so rare and it's so powerful. Oh, an orc sorcerer. Okay, it was a lone orc sorcerer. I think they can very rarely spawn in elf. Oh yeah, I think that 10 intelligence is going to give me a lot of spell power. It's gonna be crazy. You're back on main, and the reason why is because you forgot your password and you're too lazy to change it. I see. Cannot say that I've been there, but I do understand the feeling of forgetting your password and being too lazy to change it. I got Summon Hydra. That's so disappointing. That could have been Dragon form, but it was Summon Hydra instead. A spell that I don't think I will ever cast. I'm not a fan of Summon Hydra. I feel like it lasts for a short amount of time. I compare it to Orb of Destruction, except for the fact that Orb of Destruction seems to do more than Summon Hydra. I guess it depends the monster that you use it against. Maybe Orb of Destruction is better against high armor class monsters, and Summon Hydra is better against low armor class monsters. Summon Hydra is great. It's Orb of Destruction basically. Yeah. Okay. Time to do the bolt. Did it automatically get excluded or did I exclude it? I think I excluded it and I just didn't notice because I did it automatically. Yeah, it is a good practice to just exclude that, clear the rest of the level, and then come back and do this. You don't get ambushed, and you also increase your chances to not die horribly if you need to teleport here. Mm, there's still a pretty good chance of dying horribly. Please attack the Elementalist, Mr. Ancestor. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. That ring is not usable because it makes me weak to cold. If it was the other way around, it would be worth considering. And I would still not use it because it has too many things that I do not need. So yeah, let me just drop that ring. It feels so weird to have found items of slaying and just like not want to use them. But I guess this is that kind of character. I killed that Master Archer without it ever doing anything. Hailstorm is so powerful. Oh, my ancestor died to the Blade Master. I guess that's my bad. I could have prevented that with EDLIs, but I didn't even notice. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for. Oh, I don't have Blink anymore. Ah, it's fine. Ice Blast. Good stuff. Sorcerer, what's your chance to banish me? 2%. Eh, nice. You love to see it. Mm, probably shouldn't have walked towards that guy. Should have waited a turn. Okay, I think it's probably a good idea to wait out the Ancestor. Ah, look at that. It is an Amulet of Regen that also gives me 6 strength. Um, that is probably still not as good as 10 intelligence, but good nonetheless. I know for sure that I want to use it for now. 2% on my level 7s, not bad. I think I'm gonna train this to 18. Yeah, I'm gonna train it to 18. I'll stop when I get the message. Okay, I'm not too worried about these elves because I have all the resistances that I normally say that I need in order to do these plays. I have fire resistance, I have resistance to electricity, and most importantly, I have a good way to hit elves in the form of hailstorm because hailstorm doesn't check evasion. Spellforce Servitor. Yeah, let's cast this. I feel like I'm gonna need some Servitor help. Nice, nice. The Blade Master just exploded. Good stuff. Yeah. I feel like every time that I have, yeah, I don't want that to happen. Lucius reflects your orb of destruction of their tower shield of reflection. That's not a good thing. Really, really bad thing, actually. That could get me killed. Then I would become a meme. And I don't want to be a meme. Okay, there we go. This is looking pretty good. We're almost done with this elf. It was a pretty easy elf, I have to say. um, I wonder if Relbert is still around because Relbert did mention that he was going to end his human parliamentalist of Sif Muna and potentially get a streak of two finally. That staff could be a staff of Colt. Something makes me think that it is going to be a staff of Colt. Fingers crossed. Staff of Death. Boo. Staff of Air. Boo. That's not what I want. Come on, give me the Staff of Colt. I don't have File of Lots. Let's pick it up. Yeah, that I do need. Oh, another staff. Could be Staff of Colt. Conjuration. Conjuration. Boom. You're watching the stream? Cloak of Preservation. Okay, that's better than what I have. In fact, that's worth enchanting. Gonna enchant it immediately. Enchant Armor. Cloak of Preservation. And again. Now I have resistance to corrosion. My resistances are looking pretty good. I only wish I had more cold resistance. Um, yeah, I guess I did ask for Randarts and we got the scale mail. And now I guess I will get the 10 intelligence. You're in SOT 5, but you're also sorting out the loot from some SOT 1 through 4. Good luck with that. Do remember to ask for help if you feel like you need it in SOT 5. Doesn't Staff of Conjuration help you with Hailstorm, or do you want it for something else? The Staff of Cold will give me cold resistance, which is the only resistance that I do not have. That's why I specifically want Staff of Cold. Staff of Conjuration would help with more things, actually. It would help with Orb of Destruction, Spellforce Servitor, Starburst, but I feel like the cold resistance is more important than spell power on those. So now, after doing Elf and promptly being disappointed, as is usual for Elf, um, I feel like we need to acquire. I'm gonna acquire the amulet just because the chat wants the amulet, like 10 intelligence. Um, but I do want the Staff of Cold. So that is, if the chat hadn't voiced the desire for the Teleintelligence, I would have gone for the Staff of Cold in this situation, definitely. Especially after finding that amulet with 6 strength. Okay, 1%, not bad. And a lot of spell power, 100% spell power on Hailstorm. Let's take off the Ring of Ice and let's see if that changes. It is still 100%. Yeah, there we go. That is what I wanted to see. So in a sense, we did get a big improvement because we also get one more pip of fire resistance and 4 evasion, and we don't lose anything from taking off the Ring of Ice. So I am very glad that I ended up acquiring that 10 intelligence. Not bad at all. Um, Still on the lookout for a good old Staff of Cold, however. So with that out of the way, I guess we can do shows, but I will continue this character on Thursday. Yeah, today is Tuesday, so I will continue it on Thursday. Um, Thank you for watching. Oh, I didn't complete Layer 1. I guess we can do that. Thank you for watching and thank you for hanging out. I greatly appreciate it. If you're not following, you should consider following, of course. I understand if you don't want to, but I would appreciate it if you did. Um, I stream crawl very consistently, pretty much always. Whenever I stream crawl. Sometimes I start with other things, but I pretty much always play crawl when I stream. And if you are already following, you should consider subscribing. Of course, I understand if you don't want to or if you can't, but it would be a very nice thing for you or for me if you decided to do so. Lately, I've been getting a lot of support from chat, from generous members of the chat. I greatly appreciate the support. It means a lot. As I have mentioned, it is something that I would like to be able to do for a living, pretty much. And right now, I am kind of getting there, but it is definitely not a standard of living that I can um, that I appreciate. Yeah, I would like it to be better. Like just being able to like afford things that I want and stuff like that instead of only being able to afford food. But hey, I can afford food. I can't complain about being able to afford food. It's just that there's a lot of room for improvement in there. And yeah, I believe it. I believe in that dream of being able to eventually make this into something that I can live off of. If you had asked me even a couple of months ago, I would have told you it is a nice way to get like side income, but it's not really something that I could make for a living or that I could do for a living. And now I think that it is actually something that I can do for a living because it's like picking up like that. Should you skill evasion on Ogre Berserker? Probably a bit. I would probably get like 10 or 12 evasion. Um, of course, that will hopefully keep you alive until you get some heavy armor that will completely destroy that evasion. So maybe don't be too excited for your evasion, but do get some of it because otherwise you're probably gonna die being a melee ogre that cannot cast the spells. Mm, but yeah, with that being said, thank you for watching and thank you for hanging out. I'm just gonna save on Shoals 1 and this will be it for the night. I hope you had a nice rest of your night and let's go watch some sumo, of course.